Hi, it is for today. We're watching the live event, which is in 23 minutes of the new iPhone 6 and more to come from Apple. And here you see the Twitter tweet which Apple made, and everyone who's a part of it. And yeah, so kind of watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and just ask any question if you want to. Peace out. Kind of watching. Don't come up from the mic. any question anyone please ask me so that I can answer any of them. I got all the specifications and everything about the iPhone 5. Joking, the iPhone 6. So any questions, just comment right inside the comment section. Any question about the iPhone 6 or the upcoming laptops, MacBook Airs, anything to ask? Sure, I am sure that I can answer them. Share this with everyone. Yeah, so just like start giving questions because I'm just gonna like pause my mic for a bit. So any questions again, please ask me. Be sure to answer them all, and this event will start in 11 minutes. Any question about the iPhones or the upcoming devices? So you see on the right hand side, there's a comment section there, so you type it in. Just to start now. in Chrome. You don't make it in Chrome. But it started. So just start in a second. Just move this. So yeah, it should start in a second. And yeah, 20%. Live streaming because Safari on iOS 8 and that. So like, okay, jump. So yeah, carrying watching, and any questions, don't forget to like ask me in the comment section or right inside, and like this video as well. That's great if you like it. Yeah, man. Any questions, just ask me. I'll be on here all the time, man. Ideas working. Ideas working. Yes, everyone can watch it.
I hate to interrupt you, but Apple Keynote just started, so we love you. Thank you so much for calling. We're gonna have to jump to our coverage, and if you see anything you hear here or like, call us back later today, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. All right, guys. So we're gonna transition over now to our live vlog where they have dimmed the lights, and Tim Cook has taken the stage, and so they're starting to play a video. It's kind of covering everything.
Weird me out. Like they've got these like 3D images. Bizarre. They're like, why are you seeing this? Like, so
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Relentless optimism. I'm like, oh, it's like a bunch of optical illusions.
Remember that your bingo card is now in play, everybody.
Yeah, your bingo card's in play.
It's in play, like completely in play. So I'm going to. Also, if you're on the browser, you can't watch the keynote in Chrome. It's because you have to watch it in Safari.
You do. You need it. You have a QuickTime. You have a QuickTime plugin, which means you gotta be in Safari.
That means
where it is that there's.
I'm watching it. Yeah, differently with a mirror. Keep trusting there is always, and then they're floating you a word. Another way.
They're saying, Shara Tipkin, who's our team that's inside covering the live blog, is Tim Stevens and Shara Tipkin, and they're going to give us that commentary that you see below us. We will have photos that continue to stream through this live keynote. And Apple CEO Tim Cook is on stage. Where's my?
Oh, yeah. Mark it up. Tim Cook is on stage.
Actually, all you have to do is through that page, just where the yellow. Once you have video, screenshot it and tweet it to us. It's free. Their biggest live, Tim Cook, 53 years old, after celebrating his third anniversary as CEO in August. He joined in '98 to run operations and with Steve Jobs and Tim Cook. There's a big large logo behind it as well, so we will continue to keep you posted with what's going on inside. One thing as they continue to kind of ramp this up, I'm really curious to see if we see, and I watch this Tim Cook is going to talk about it, or not. Like, and I think it's very brief. Johnny, I would like it. This is my best part. I love Johnny. I love that he never comes on stage. And I just find the stage dreadful. If it's for Johnny, I got that. Dreadful. What I'm getting here is I'm getting a bunch of color bars and tones right now. So it could be that their screen might have died and they should have given it to us. Yeah, right? Because we have not had any pause whatsoever. I don't know how they're going to imagine that for me, and I know that hard. So here we go. The applause is for his mention of Steve Jobs' introduction of the Mac. We talked about that. This is the place where it all started. It said we've had some of the most important product introductions in Apple's history here. Jobs introduced the Mac here 30 years ago. So Apple also introduced the iMac here again. Some things that we talked about that really brings kind of a sense of history to the vendors. This is very, they haven't done the first thing really. A long time. Probably just a few times after the iMac when we started going over to the Philly. Right. It says today we will have some amazing products to share with you, and we think at the end of the day that you will agree that this too is a very key day for Apple. It'll keep the key in your wallet. I might actually be laughing a little bit because there's already a Twitter account called TV Truck Schedule. Oh no! How am I? And the very first tweet is, what's happening, guys? Other than, if you guys don't want to watch Color Bars, tell your friends to let me see it. Tell your friends something that we're gonna roll through. It says, I'm going to get started by talking about the product that has changed all our lives, and that of course is the iPhone. So just right out of the gate, don't dare to leave. iPhone is the most loved phone in the world. Is it so? Well, according to Apple, it was loved by as many people as in the world.
The original iPhone. These iPhones, like the ones before, have been recognized time and time again as the best phone in the world. The original iPhone set the bar for which the category would forever be defined. Each iPhone was built on the vision and the first but pushed further. Today we are launching the biggest advancement in the history of the iPhone.
Gonna come to when you were born.
And I couldn't be more excited and more proud to show it to you now.
Video time. Okay, they're switching over.
I love this. This is, like you said, let's get to it. So we have a picture of Tim that we pulled up. But can you just continue to stick with us? Is Apple's keynote still down, their page?
I hit refresh and I got it now.
Is it playing for you?
Okay.
For me. Just for me.
Up there. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, bunch of phones.
See many phones.
There we
Many
go.
phones and he's walking off the page and that video is starting. Oh wow! Hey, TV truck schedule. Good job, you guys.
There you go. So right now, they're showing a promo video. We can
Yeah, we're watching it in our hearts. Got some buttons. Oh look, it's iPhone buttons. They'll look the same. Wait, I'll compare. No, they're different.
Orange.
Different. It's different buttons. They're not round buttons. They're oblong.
This is like the very first original
Protruding-
iPhone. That's the
Protruding
oblong.
camera. Protruding camera. Some people don't like that.
I'm glad your stream works because mine's just like coming in and out.
Protruding camera. It's this. It's very small bezel on the side. On the top.
I'm gonna get my iPhone out.
You're like, that's it. That is it. It's very rounded.
Does it look like all the leaf?
Yeah.
Yes, it looks very much.
Does
like
it
all
look
of
like
There's a bigger
this?
one. Oh, not
Oh,
the
you
screen.
got all your I got all your. Nope, I'm still watching. So the buttons are the volume up and down is different oblong, but I think we saw that sort of mock. Actually, it looks exactly like that.
We have two sides. Well, here, look. If you want to know what the iPhone looks like right now, here.
Pretty
go
much
home.
that.
Go home now.
Yeah, just you can just go home now.
Here, let's do our own video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really? Wait here. I'll do the voiceover. Go. Revolutionary. We do things differently. It's the biggest advancement in the iPhone ever, even though it looks just like all the other iPhones. Oh yeah, you gotta get the hand in there touching everything.
Super speed
swiping
app and
stuff.
everything. Okay, here we go. Phil, SVP of Worldwide Marketing, is going to tell us about the iPhone. So we are going to get back. My browser's not playing this. It's kind of chugging.
Mine literally restarted the entire event from
Yeah.
the beginning.
So, just stick with us, guys. We will have pictures on our live blog. There's the image of the track.
Yes.
Depends on how sturdy it is.
Well, hey, that sapphire is supposed to be indestructible.
Schiller says that their design is like nothing ever before, incredibly unique from the glass front that curves around the side, anodized aluminum back.
Oh,
It's truly the most beautiful phone you have ever seen. The Apple logo on the back is stainless steel, but the body is aluminum. They showed two different elements during like all the rumors of it actually being a pop-in part that is separate from the body.
that's it.
The device includes a new polarizer in the glass that should offer better bright sunlight readability. The backlight is thinner too.
Here you go, 2 display sizes, but not any display would do. These are a new generation of Retina display. We call them Retina HD. HD.
What is that, guys? Retina HD.
New in every way.
Was their previous Retina standard?
Not HD? Yeah,
Well, it must be more. It must be more higher definition.
ultra extreme. Yeah, more HDs. I put more HDs in your HD so that you can HD while you HD.
Limit.
You're welcome.
Tim Stevens adds a comment that it's interesting that Apple can make the viewability angle even wider than before with all these improvements they're talking about in the screen. They're already class leading in that regard.
So, Charlotte Regina has tweeted, if the new iPhone doesn't come with a unicorn, I'm going to be disappointed. I like setting people up. Wow, look at the difference. We have a screen cap on our live blog. It looks like that 5.5-inch iPhone is insanity.
Well,
That is insane.
I mean, look, this is 4.6.
That's 4.6.
You can barely see.
And you have a
wanna see my face?
giant head,
I have a
BT.
cute. You want to see my face?
Oh, my.
Yeah. So here we go. So
That is
they
a
are
huge-
they are calling it the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 will be a 326 ppi. The
Wow.
iPhone 6 Plus will have a 401 ppi. Resolutions will be 1334 by 750 and 1920 by 1080.
Full
So it's
1080.
full 1080p on the iPhone 6 Plus.
Finally.
iPhone 6 has over 1 million pixels. The Plus has over 2 million pixels. Don't all of a sudden go running out to get the 2 million pixel iPhone. It's going to have more pixels. It's actually bigger.
It's bigger.
Like bigger.
Thinner than any iPhone before. 6.9 millimeters for iPhone 6. The 5S is 7.6 millimeters. 7.1 millimeters for the iPhone 6.
Huge displays packed with pixels. But here's the real magic.
There's more magic?
Come
Where?
on. Always magic. If you believe in magic.
I'm gonna do your harmonizing. I'm gonna try to do that.
The iPhone sported a board display the past generations. The move to that size marked a big difference from 3.5 to 4. Again, they're making their next big move.
They're trying to justify that old commercial where they were like, the
Yeah.
3.5 is made perfectly for the hand.
How do you
Like,
fit this in your hand?
yeah, exactly.
Again, just the point that there were a lot of rumors out there. This will be the first time, at least from a standpoint of a new iPhone model line, that they're actually bringing two specific different sizes to the table. I'm not talking about past or previous generation phones, but they have, for the first time, broken up and actually made two completely different models. Not just
Yeah.
capacity.
And it does now look like the two different models mean that landscape mode, they are changing it up. So apparently Phil Schiller's saying the Messages app now has a new horizontal view.
Love it.
So that's something that I know a lot of people have been kind of hoping for, some more functionality in iOS 8 in terms of screen real estate, especially if they make these things bigger. So you're kind of getting what you want, if that's what you were crossing your fingers for, guys.
How about the music player? Does the music player work on landscape mode?
I've tried. It's so garbage.
Oh, it's so bad,
So
right?
check out these screenshots that we're going through. Mr. Beecham is just killing it. This is what it looks like in landscape mode on the new iPhone 6s.
So it's kind of like the iPad, where you kind of put it. That's kind of nice. I like that. I mean, I have to see on even a 4.7 inch screen. Do you feel like that might be too? I feel like I'd only use that on the 5.
I would, you know what, I like texting horizontally, so.
Do you? Are you Sidekick guy?
Oh, I was,
Were you
yeah,
old school
I was
Sidekick?
very first sidekick.
You can always
Very
tell
first
people who turn their iPhone sideways and type. I'm like, oh, Sidekicker.
Sidekicker. I'm proud. That was the most innovative phone. It was the first phone with a real app store. Now, it wasn't the greatest app store. It was the first phone
But it
with
was
an app
there.
store.
Mhm.
So,
Let me see that. Let me see that mock-up. I want to see this. I want to see
here,
this mock-up.
why don't you, this
Let's
is,
each take one.
yeah, here we go. Look, guys, so I talked to my brother Chow, and Chow got me these Chow. But these are, the iPhone has been out so long that you can see all these mock-ups are out there. So, this is the 4.7-inch mock-up, very thin. But this is pretty much what we've seen so far based on what Apple is announcing. This is what we're seeing. So, 4.7 fits nice. 5.5 probably a little big for me, but that's just.
I've always liked it. I loved the HTC One, and so that always felt like such a great size for a screen. And I always wondered, God, why can't my iPhone be like this? Like, I love the HTC One for that. So I know the M8 is 5 inches, but I really love kind of that. I think that's sort of the sweet spot for me.
Check this out, guys. Schiller's talking about a brand new feature for iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. It's called Reachability. That's right, Apple just reachability. If you double touch the Touch ID button, so not double tap, but I think double touch, right? Not
Yes.
push, but touch. Touch, not press. The whole display slides down, so you can reach anything at the top.
That's super weird.
I've got to see what this looks like.
I need
in
to
person.
see that. Yeah, that seems weird.
This is going to be very interesting, but it says that was a huge focus for Jobs and Cook and the whole design team. Schiller talking about this. We always remember Steve was adamant about using it with one hand and swiping from corner to corner. That's why he said the 3.5 and then the 4, at least the 4 at the time, inch screen was still good enough. But
Yeah.
one hand, one finger navigation is going to be interesting.
I have giant hands, so look, I can reach all the way. Woo!
From the bottom, start to the bottom, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Helps to be double jointed.
Schiller's also talking about Xcode, automatic layouts, easier to make your software scale. These are for the current existing developers. But what about apps that haven't been updated yet? Here's what happened. We just
Whoa. Whoa.
Do we have that here? It's working? He said,
No.
Oh, man, that shouldn't really be one.
it all just works.
Oh, he's showing the
did his
CNN
voice-
app. Why not?
It's too bad. I mean, for those of you following along with the live blog, just X the marks. There's certain things that we
get thinner?
We did get
Yes,
thinner.
did it get thinner?
We didn't. We don't know if Schiller's voice cracked yet, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's always a key moment in the keynote.
True.
They're showing the demo of this how app scale with an app from a competitor, not a competitor, but a news source that has the letters C and N in it. And they're also showing off the A8 chip. I mean, this is a brand new phone ground up, guys. Come on.
2 billion transistors. That seems like so many.
It's up from 1 billion, actually. I
So
just found
many.
that out.
Double.
Built on 28 nanometer process, millionths of a meter. It's the second gen 64-bit chip that they're offering. And while we're doing this, guys, we have our poll below us that asks, what do you think of the iPhone 6? From what you've seen so far, there's a few options you can go to. Does it truly feel like a new phone? I'll wait for the next iPhone, or I'm perfectly happy with my non-Apple phone. I think there's a lot of people that are watching this just curious to see what they're doing, whether you're Apple person, non-Apple person.
Any benchmark specs. I kind of appreciate this because I think we put a lot of weight on benchmarking, but I like that they kind of say, here's kind of the not raw numbers, but it's like, here's the general gist of how much faster this is.
I think also because competitors really push that you just have to show where you are in the game. So
Yeah.
here, Phil's running through the benchmark specs: 25% faster CPU, 50% faster graphics, up to 84 times faster GPU performance. The extra goal with the A8 was 50% more energy efficient than the A7, allows it to sustain that performance over a long period of time, and it's able to keep performance levels high when needed. This summer, they recently launched Metal. That was that new kind of graphics platform for their developers. So it's also taking advantage of that. Early benchmarks, someone had allegedly leaked iPhone 6, and the benchmarks weren't that much more impressive than the A7, but it was all about power efficiency. So this kind of dovetails with that. 25% is big, 50% is big, but nothing. Sometimes people expect like twice the performance that they got just from a pure processor standpoint. Phil's talking about the heat constraints being a big issue for smartphones. Specifically mentions gaming. He thinks people will see more of an advantage with their will see an advantage with GPS navigation. And Tim notes that that's when his phone gets toasty a lot. When does my phone get toasty most? When I leave the camera on in my pocket.
When I'm alive, like it's that my iPhone. I had to re-put a case back on it because it got so hot the other day. I was like, what is happening in there? This is
Tim, do you want to feel the
insane.
iPhone 6? Yeah. What's your impression? I'll keep on reading.
It's soft, smooth, and
Hollow?
it's kind of metally. I don't like them. Well, I'll put a case.
You like kind of more plastic feel?
Yeah, I mean my Mac here. I don't like it because it's all hard. You know, it's not comfortable. It's so tight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off my watch.
It kind of jabs you on that edge right here, right?
Yeah. My kids play with it.
That's why I have this watch to protect me. This large metal cup.
This is cool. I like it.
Can I just really briefly? Apparently, they have a developer on stage named Steven Sherman, and the company that he's the chief creative officer of Super Evil Megacorp.
Awesome.
How come we didn't think of that for CNET? Why isn't CNET.com Super Evil Megacorp?
Well, why don't you change the name of your show then? You can change the name of your show to
What are we
Super
doing?
Evil Mega Tomorrow Daily
Oh,
for.
that would be amazing.
They're gonna do a game called Vainglory. Oh, no Infinity Blade? No Infinity Blade.
Infinity Blade 4?
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
Infinity Blade 4 Plus? I mean, come on.
Infinity Blade, what was that? Dungeons? That one looks so exciting that I canceled it.
Now, just to let people know that are listening in, because Apple's keynote and stream has been going off and on, we are following along live inside. We have photos from inside. We have commentary. We're also talking about what's happening. One interesting thing to note is that just yesterday there were rumblings that these new iPhones that they've just announced would be available September 19th, and typically they have been available at the end of September. So we'll find out pretty shortly how soon we'll actually be able to get these. I got mine, except my screen's not working right now, so I'm going to take that in the shop.
Yeah, something's wrong with this.
Swap this out?
I know, it looks like a piece of paper under there.
You know,
My parallax.
Apple Care, $100, swap out, Apple Care, let's do it.
My
Come on.
parallax seems to be broken inside this. It's not working.
What do you think? I know Donald is the old, our keep it real guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should just have a lower thing that says Donald Bell keeping it real.
keeping it real.
Keeping it
Yeah.
real.
Let's get like a tattoo.
What do you think? Just based on how you holding this phone? What do you think size wise? You think it's pretty decent?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
It's a
feel
4.7.
unlike many Android phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, in size. So I feel like it looks like an Apple product. It feels like the appropriate size for a phone these days, even though a little still behind the curve.
Yeah.
But
Well, we have that 5.5 inch.
that's what the
I
Plus.
can't
5.5
go.
is.
I can't go 5.5. My skinny jeans will not allow it.
Aww. Skinny jeans holding you back.
It's function over fashion. What are you gonna do?
It's such a
That's-
dilemma.
That's where the Pong phone comes in handy.
It's so true.
It's a whole
you can't-
series
it
of
actually-
5.5.
it actually
phones.
does
You
hold-
can't add a pocket
Here.
to that thing.
What's
Well,
in
look,
that
if I lift
thong,
it like
Ryan?
this, double it up like this. Look at this. You know how versatile the Pong is? It's a wristband, yo.
I hope we're taking clips.
It's
a
a
wrist-
wearable. It's a watch.
We're taking clips from this for our Kickstarter video.
This
Come on.
is just like the original iPhone event when he's like, "It's a phone." He's like, "It's a music player. It's this. It's this."
It holds your junk.
Yeah, it holds your junk.
Dude, this
Literally.
is straight up wearable right here. Straight up wearable. All right, Tim Stevens, our own Tim Stevens, is talking about the demo. The graphics look quite good, but not quite revolutionary. Pretty typical of an MMO. These developers haven't been able to crack at this, but it'll be interesting to see what they pop out. I think that everything
Do
that
we
we've
have
seen.
purple scarf on the bingo card?
Oh, man.
Yeah, where's that?
Purple scarf, purple scarf.
Yeah, I'm in on purple.
Yeah,
Rain.
scarf, lavender
I
shirt.
am in. This is maybe one of the greatest live streams I've ever
I don't know.
participated in.
Or
It's
has
because
ever
you're
been.
here.
Or
It's
will ever
because you're
be.
here. Schiller's back up, everybody. Thank you for
Schiller.
sticking with us. If you'd like me to stop talking and turn over the show to my friends here, I totally.
Look, nobody, I didn't hear anybody, so you're gonna have to keep going.
All
You're gonna have to keep going.
right, so battery life. Impact on battery life with all this new technology, it's the same. It's the same battery life. Just as good or maybe slightly better battery life than the iPhone 5.
They're
So
up.
marginally passable.
Well, check out this
Probably
picture, guys. If we can pull it up, they have a kind of a breakdown of the hours of use you had based on previous models of what you could do here. Audio 40, 50 to 80. Video 10, 11, 14. So when you talk about, at least like you said, jumping from 5S to 6, the jump in extended battery is pretty much around the same. By the time you actually test it out, it's going to be very similar.
Yeah.
Of course, the iPhone 6 is going to give you a little more juice just because it's so freaking huge.
Right.
But standby time, 10 hours, still the same for both models. They're also talking about the next generation M8, their Motion coprocessor.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that captures all kind of that fitness pedometer, walking, movement, data. It's obviously probably going to be tied into the new health kit in some way. So
Yeah.
we'll see what they have to talk about this.
I thought it was interesting. Tim mentioned this as well. He said it's interesting they've updated the Motion coprocessor. I'm surprised they didn't simply bake it into the A8.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is an interesting choice. Like they're very deliberately kind of keeping them separate.
I remember that when they first announced them as separate processors, it was because they had claimed, right, it was to optimize, being able to basically shut it off so that it wouldn't be running together. You could just
Simultaneously, right.
independently.
It also means they can drop the M8 into other products that won't have the new iPhone processor.
Like
Like
the
iPod or
like the
iWatch.
like the
Tong. Yes!
Oh, no. There's a barometer in this M8, which is new for Apple, but not new for sensor. Not a super fancy revolutionary thing. But Nike's working on a new version of Nike Plus. They want to figure out not only how far you've run, but your elevation as well. So if you run upstairs, if you go do the Rocky thing in Philadelphia, you go Philly action. I run up those stairs. Now, hopefully, that Nike app is going to be able to tell you what your elevation is and calculate a little better.
There's another cool thing that they're just flashing up in addition to the barometer and the M8 processor, voice over LTE support.
Yay.
So this is the call quality. If you've ever done just pure FaceTime audio calls, you're going to get a high fidelity audio quality that just, it sounds great. And this is support for that. I believe T-Mobile's networks currently have it rolled out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, I'm not sure if they've released that yet for those. I know they are, like you said, working on it, but that's going to be just from a quality standpoint. You're going to feel like
out like right now in select areas.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that if you take a voice over LTE call, you're going to be like, oh, this phone's really good. And there's going to be some psychology with some consumers where they'll call and be like, oh my gosh, this iPhone sounds so good. Well, it's because it's voice over.
Also, like, it'll answer all the people from my curmudgeon collective. Like, they put all this technology in the phone, yet the voice calls still sound crummy.
Yeah.
They all talk all the time like that.
But that's how you talk to me during lunch.
Yeah, hey,
That's actually Donald's actual voice. Like he just puts on this broadcaster voice.
This
when he's
voice
on
pays
air.
the bills, but the
That's
other
right.
curmudgeon voice is casual.
So we now know there's faster Wi-Fi with 802.11 AC, 3 times faster than the previous generation. That's something not to be missed, right? 802.11 AC for the first time in an iPhone.
Yeah.
That's something.
That's
AC is
legit.
good. That is a good thing because I know last year we were all wondering why it wasn't included.
Yeah.
We're just like, what in the world? Why would they leave out AC? Especially because they've been pushing it so hard with so many of their products.
Time to upgrade your router.
There's also Wi-Fi calling using a standard connection. If you don't have a good cell reception but have Wi-Fi, you can make the call in a regular way over Wi-Fi. We've seen this with other technologies on the phones, but that's, again, Apple coming up to speed with some of these things, but all good for Apple users. I mean, there's quite honestly, even if Apple just released a larger screen, I think a lot of Apple
Would upgrade.
enthusiasts would people using 4s, 4S's, 5s, and 5S. There's a lot of them.
Well, you just think about the fact that every 2 years somebody's off contract and want to upgrade. I mean, this is usually when you tend to see every solid number of iPhone upgrade, not the S's, tend to be the bigger upgrade time. People wait for those because they know it's going to be a different design as opposed to just a spec bump. So I think that a lot of people just kind of either, especially with 4s, have kind of waited because they missed the 5, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going to move forward and I'm going to get an iPhone 6. Like, I know a lot of people, iPhone 4 and 6, that are like dying to get this phone.
Do you want to take this camera stuff?
Sure, it's all the same stuff you found in the iPhone 5S. 8 megapixel camera, True Tone flash, 2.2 aperture, but phase detection autofocus used by DSLRs, fastest way to autofocus. So
they're saying the only different thing is it has a new sensor.
Can this potentially?
Some interference in the network, yeah. So shorting behind. Yeah, it's loading.
Upgrade time. People wait for those because they know it's going to be a different design as opposed to just spec phone. I think that a lot of people just kind of either, especially with 4s, have kind of waited because they missed the 5, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going to get an iPhone.
Yeah, load in a bit. So load them back on that.
Just some of the things that they're showcasing here. Autofocus is twice as fast as before. More noise reduction in the new iPhones. Okay. Also, they're pointing out that this photo of the nice young lady on the horse has not been modified at all. Great depth of shot. Field in the shot. Hashtag no filter.
Hashtag no filter.
Beecham, can you just put that lower third on there right now? Hashtag no filter. Apple is designing. There's an image that's just popped up here that Apple's designed image.
Taking up the loading.
scope built into it.
Well, that's nice.
So all you panoramic people will be.
This phone's killer, man. This phone is killer.
I'm reserving judgment.
I don't know. It wasn't. What was the Samsung phone that shot lasers for autofocus?
Yeah, no,
LG,
it's just
LG G3.
LG.
Well, that's my favorite Android phone right now by
It's
far.
so fast.
This thing doesn't shoot lasers yet.
It looks like they do have some manner of image stabilization, which is something a lot of people who love taking pictures on their phones wanted last time. Again,
I'm just being real. When you're stuck in the ecosystem, it makes it really hard to switch out.
Yeah.
You know, I have a work
Very
phone
true.
that's an Android phone, but at the end of the day, all my purchases are on iTunes. What am I going to do? So don't blame me.
swap. Yeah. No, I agree with you. This is the thing where, we say it all the time. It's a battle for ecosystem. Once everybody got established and we reached kind of this parity in terms of specs and features and all this stuff, now it really boils down to what ecosystem do you want to live in, and you got to stick with it. And even Windows Phone is coming up in that, hopefully with Windows 9. People are going to have a reason to stay in that ecosystem and buy a Windows Phone, and I think that's obviously what Microsoft's hoping for.
Hey, they're showing a photo now that was taken at night. Of course, someone's got like
Spotlight on them.
spotlight on in the background. But
It's really nice. They carry their own photo light, carry around a Kino.
Here,
It's really great. Great job, girls.
oh, that's hilarious.
But optical image stabilization instead of digital.
That's big. That's big.
Something.
I love that.
Okay, here's what he's saying. This works great in low light scenarios when you have to take a longer exposure. But here,
Stay still.
stay really still.
Don't effing move.
Yeah, it's just, oh boy.
Also, I guess he's right now. Tim says Phil is kind of ripping on compact cameras and camcorders.
Well, I'm going to
Calling
rip
the
on this iPhone video that it takes on my iPhone 5S because it's not very good.
You don't like your video?
It's awful.
Oh, you're low light.
It's so bad. Even in moderate light. It's not
I know
very
where you're
good.
taking your pictures and videos at bars and clubs
Yeah,
and low
well,
light
it's-
situations.
Come
Why,
on.
why is he kicking on camcorders? Like, who has a camcorder left? Like, that sounds like a product
seen.
category that does not need to be. You know.
Yeah, rub salt in the wound, man. Like, it's
They've
terrible.
got to pick a fight with somebody, and if it's a marginalized community like
They'll take
VHS and high
It's
8,
bad.
they will go for it.
Hi, 8. I love it. 8mm is not a very good medium for taking it. It's much better at the iPhone. You should take your video with iPhone.
They're calling the iPhone has become the world's most popular video camera.
Good. Sorry about that. I should not have been. What the heck?
240
Yeah, down about
frames per second,
frames
double
Come on, good man.
that of last year. Just like this double Dutch jump rope. Up to 240 frames per second for your action videos. Another great feature, cinematic video stabilization.
Very nice.
Now, for all those people, I'm curious, I think someone, not me, would need to compare, you have a lot of those things rigs that are portable enough that kind of fit yay high. I want someone to put that to the test of how good it
The
really
comparison,
They're
yeah.
kind of maybe using that hyperlapse style algorithm to balance the video out.
You guys, if only we knew of a website where people worked and did those sorts of things, where we could have somebody do this testing and write about it and then post it so people could read it.
Sounds like a dream, Ashley.
God, I just, I wish we could find somebody like that.
We'll, you know what? I heard there's this lady in New York named Lori Grunin, and yeah, she might be able to do something. She works for CNET.
Oh,
That's
I don't know if we could
Josh
get her.
Josh Goldman.
I don't know if we
also?
can get them. That's way above our. That's way above.
I'll ask. Also,
much.
Schiller says
They
the
didn't
new.
set them up to assign this in this particular head-to-head. I guess we have to do that now. Thanks, Brian.
It's a really big thing, though. This video stable from Microsoft, from Instagram, Facebook. So this is this might be the next sort of frontier in video for. I'm a really big photo video person on mobile, so for me this is like, it's nice to hear these things. I am hoping that I see this 81% more light, but I don't know what that means in terms of like quantifiable results.
Burst mode on the
I bet all
FaceTime
the hip
camera.
kids are going to be into shaky video after this. They're like,
No more Blair Witch Project. What would have happened? We would have just seen everything. It would have been
shaky video.
garbage.
Shaky video's the next trend, guys.
Just some stats. There's burst mode on the FaceTime camera for, get ready for it, guys, burst selfies.
Oh boy.
The FaceTime camera specifically is what they're talking about with the 80% more light. The selfie side. Autofocus camera while recording, so your footage will always be in focus. But we know about Apple's camera has been touted, is one of the best cameras on a mobile phone, so they have to really keep up with that to keep that cachet. They're doing some good things here. I mean, we'll test it out.
Well, I think they're hammering down on one of what people will consider one of the best reasons to upgrade their phone. It's like, it has a better camera and it can take more stable videos than Timmy and Tommy.
Honestly, that's one of the number one. I know you're making fun of me right now. Literally, that is the number one reason I will upgrade a phone is better camera.
Yeah. Check this
because
out.
That's the thing I use the most.
The HD FaceTime camera also does a single shot HDR.
That's
so
nice.
that's the first time they put that on that front-facing camera. Great exposure, foreground and background. Also can do HDR in videos. So they've really bumped up the FaceTime camera, or the front-facing side. They like to call it FaceTime camera,
You like to call it that.
Stop calling it out. Don't let people
Stop
know.
calling us both out, D-Val. Why you
That's
hate
why
us?
I'm here. Keep it real. That's what my neck tattoo says.
I'm gonna get you a gold chain with KIR on it, and that is gonna be my Christmas gift to Donald Bell.
I added it to floor third. So.
All right, guys.
Keep it
That makes it
real.
legit.
Where Phil is now showing off a lot of optimizations for one-headed use on the bigger screens, predictive keyboard, a recording interface for messages. Again, useful if you want to do that type of thing. They're also kind of showing off, it looks like a little bit of the health app. There's a little peek at that, but they have not jumped into it too much. Touch ID integration, obviously. Schiller says these are the best phones ever made. These are the best we know how to make, and I think the best anyone has ever seen.
Do we have that? Do we have the best anyone has ever seen?
Where's that
I feel like that should be in here somewhere. I feel like I hear that a lot.
I have we know you're going to love, but not the best.
Yeah.
I hope they really talk about a little bit more of this health thing when they get to
Health
So we
kit?
only-
So can I mark off health kit? You said?
They actually didn't say health kit. They said health app.
No.
I'm sorry.
Anybody hoping for colorful iPhone 6s, you are going to be disappointed. Gold, silver, and space gray, just like the 5S.
Hey guys, I can show us a look inside the event.
Let's do it. This was from the original video,
So, yeah, this is the beginning video.
just in
This
case
is
you
from
all
our
didn't see it.
satellite truck, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Satellite
CBS,
Truck.
thanks.
So while we do this, I'll announce some of the stats and the prices. Yes, we have the gold, silver, and are they calling it space gray still?
Yeah, space gray.
Starting at $199, then $299, and $399. This is based on the capacities. $299 now gets you a 64 gig instead of 32, and $399 gets you a 128 gig. The 128 gig iPhone is there.
Boom! Boom!
Wow.
128 gig iPhone. There you go.
Now, if you're talking about the
I'm
iPhone
so
6
happy.
Plus, the iPhone 6 Plus here, Beecham, we can maybe pull up these photos while we're talking about this stuff. The iPhone 6 Plus starts at $299. This is the larger 5.5 inch. $299 for 16 gigs, $399 for 64 gigs, and $499 for 128 gigs. That's for the iPhone 6 Plus.
Wow.
So ultimately, $199 to get into the iPhone 6 game for the entry level at 16 gigs for the 4.7-inch screen, as high as $499 for 128 gigs.
Can I speculate for a second?
Start
that's
shipping
why
September 9th.
Oh,
September 19th. September 19th is the day, my friends.
Oh, and the 5S and the 5C both continue on. So if you want a 4-inch device, you're still covered. Apparently. So here's my question. Actually, it's just speculating. I'm going to just hope, because I am a T-Mobile customer, I'm just hoping tomorrow at that Uncarrier event, they're like, if you bring in your iPhone 5S, we'll let you pick out an iPhone 6.
To test drive?
Yeah, to test drive. But I'll be like, yay.
They may.
I may have to test drive that Plus. I just don't know if I could upgrade that bigger size phone. I don't wear skinny jeans. I don't rock a skinny jean like Brian Todd. That'll be
These
weird.
are false. I actually don't wear skinny jeans often.
Pre-orders on September 12th.
Oh, goodness.
So there you go, everybody. You
I
got
will-
3 days to save up your ducats.
I will say that pre-ordering an iPhone historically has been way easier than trying to get on Nike.com and getting a pair of Jordans on Saturday morning. It's really bad. I'm dead serious.
I am trying really hard to empathize, and it's just not like
It's not happening.
It's like I'm trying, but I don't feel anything. Feel nothing.
All right, Phil is
inside.
Phil is done. Tim Cook back up on stage again. September 19th on sale. Pre-orders on the 12th. Apple Store. I don't know if store.apple.com is still down, but iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, it's official.
I am thrilled that they're doing pre-orders this year. Because last year, remember, they did not.
Did they? No, they do pre-orders. They do pre-orders.
I feel like they
At like
did
12,
it.
It's like 12 a.m. You like
last
just
year,
log
but
in.
last year did they not do? Because I had to stand in line for my
Something
5S.
about, well,
trying to think
with, like,
about.
the
You might
gold
be-
color, like you had to like pay
The
off
gold
guy.
was the one. The gold
Yeah,
was the one.
something
The
about
gold was the one that was messed
There
up.
was like that, and then also, but I feel like for whatever reason, maybe it was with T-Mobile, like I wasn't able to pre-order it through the Apple website or something. There was
trust you.
something where I had to stand. I slept overnight in
Whoa,
front
whoa,
of the
whoa,
Apple
whoa,
store.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
And it was terrible. And then when I got to the front of the line, they were like, "We don't have unlocked T-Mobile iPhone," and I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me!" I waited this whole time.
All right, guys. Tim Cook is back up now, and he says a great product isn't just a collection of features; it's how it all works together, how it makes you feel. So they're going to show up another video. These products have bigger screens. They're amazing. They're much better in every single way. To make this point clear, let me do this last line like Tim Cook. To make this point clear, we've enlisted the help of some of our friends to do fun new apps. Apps. He says it like that.
We have a bingo.
Do we? Where?
Tom Casey, but his ad is at Tony Casey. So, Tom, Tony, whatever, if that's your real name.
Did he see it live hashtag it, or how did he? Do we have bingo?
He has, it's Apple Live is his hashtag, but he tweeted at both of us.
Tell him to. Okay. I'll pull it
Can we
up.
go through our bingo cards real quick?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's 8 we got, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, iPhone 6. Anything else in this?
Hold on.
Amazing, stunning, thinner. Those are all things that have been said.
Can you write down his Twitter name just so we have it, and I'll get him. So that means the Logitech keyboard is down unless he wants the Air one.
Okay.
See, we reward you for watching with us.
Take care. Take care.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So I'll try, but he did tweet us, so if I get it.
He did. He tweeted at you.
Oh, here we
as
go.
well.
It's hashtag has. Was it hashtag has?
No.
Oh, that's it.
Here's actual like video
Tom Casey.
of the phone.
It better look that gold because the iPhone 5S did not look that gold and it was total crap, and that's actually silver now. Okay, let's they're gonna start talking about mobile payments right now, so let's jump in here. And when you feel like it, Tom Casey, I got you. I see you. Tom Casey sent the first bingo card to me, and hashtag has sent the second one. So we're gonna give him that. It's on my laptop. All right. Cook says we're moving to mobile payments. Our vision is to replace this image of an old crammed wallet.
Well, no, not the image, but
Yeah, I know,
replace
yeah.
this.
Yes, the old
They're
crammed
showing
wallet.
an image of old crammed.
Where are we at? Here we go. And we're going to start by focusing on payments. Cook says payments is a huge business. Every day between credit and debit, we spend over $12 billion. That's over $4 trillion a year, and that's just in the U.S. 200 million daily U.S. transactions go through a fairly antiquated payment process. Tim Stevens adds, our own Tim Stevens says, I think Cook calling this fairly antiquated is a vast understatement.
So true. Really
Not
is.
even talking about that. People write checks.
They're now showing
Oh,
a
I
video
know, yeah.
of the process, some people digging in their purse for a wallet, someone fumbling for a credit card. Cook said in January that Apple was intrigued by the idea of mobile payments and using Apple's Touch ID feature as part of the implementation.
January? That seems awfully soon.
Maybe
Feels like they would want
maybe it was January a year ago.
Maybe.
I don't know.
January 23rd.
I think Charlotte's just saying that in January.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. The by the way,
John Appleseed, you're screwed. You
yeah.
are screwed.
Sorry, Johnny Appleseed. No more planting
Actually,
anything for you.
I want the crazies to like decode that number on that credit card and make up some ludicrous story how if you flip the letters and page your code it says mobile payments.
Actually, I'm reading it right now, and it actually comes out to Half-Life 3 confirmed. That's what it is.
Cook
Half-Life
says
3.
this whole process is based on this little piece of plastic. We're totally reliant on the exposed numbers in the outdated and vulnerable magnetic strip interface, which is 5 decades old. It's so easy to lose your card or have it compromised. No wonder people have dreamed of replacing these for years, but they all fail.
Ooh, you see this from Tim? Interesting. A large number of Apple employees just filtered out of the room.
Cartwheels. They're gonna do
What are they
cartwheels.
doing?
They're gonna do like a show and dance, like
Flash mob.
Maybe they're circus
Flash mob.
Cirque du Soleil Apple event. That's what the cube is. You guys, it's Cirque du Soleil.
Tim says. Are they opening up the cube outside? Cook is now talking about why they haven't worked. It's so easy to lose your card or have it compromised. No wonder people have been replacing these for years, but they all fail. I said that already, didn't I? I should stop repeating myself. Or did you just come to hang out with us? The logo is called, it looks like Apple Pay, and they're calling it Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. At GGI Win on Twitter says all the Apple employees left because it's a trap.
We will now guess.
That's a clever person.
Cook is now going to show us how fast and just how easy it is. Hey, you want a slice of Apple Pay?
A
Put that in
slice
your...
of Apple Pay. You know what? Somebody should write you a check. Or I guess like scan you.
Or
I don't know
like
what I
mobile
do now.
pay,
Yeah,
Apple
like
Pay me,
mobile,
Apple
Apple
Pay
Pay
me.
you.
I will see if Dr. Dre is the first artist to use Apple Pay in one of his songs. It'll be either him or Eminem. It'll be like.
I was
oh,
gonna
man.
say Justin Timberlake was like, as long as I got my Apple Pay. No.
I don't stack bills. I Apple Pay.
They said he did a commercial. Jimmy Fallon. They were talking about people who had done commercials for the new iPhone, and Timberlake was one of them.
Here we go. The video again. We just have a kind of a screenshot of it. It just shows the new process. Just the tap of the phone, and that's it.
But it's still tapping on like a
Well,
NFC
you got to.
terminal.
You got to.
I know,
Yeah.
but that is still part of the equation.
Antiquated.
I think. Well, yeah.
Well, they have so much
don't-
money, though. Do you think that Apple would be willing to pay to get these terminals installed? I mean, like with like Disney Store, they're so tightly intertwined with Disney. It feels like that would be a thing where they're like, hey, look, if we just installed them for you,
Yeah.
and you just use them,
Well,
you
you
would
just-
be really happy about that.
For people that were here earlier and saw the video that we showed about how that payment system was done in Japan in 2005, it's pretty much
Just like
exactly the
that.
same way.
Yeah, and it looks like I'm looking at this screen, this picture that James Martin took from the live stream where he's holding on Touch ID, and it says Pay with Touch ID, and then you see the Visa card that you would be using. There's like a picture of it, almost like
Like,
Passport.
your
you
wallet.
would see in Passport. So it's I find that very fascinating. I would be curious to try
It'd be great if you could put all your credit cards.
everything. I would want to do every card, for me it's the membership stuff. Like all these crazy like IKEA and it's Pinkberry. I gotta get my free Pinkberry.
Like bus pass.
Your bus pass, yeah, man, the BART. Like that's the tipping point for me.
So here they go. Eddie Q is up on stage, and he's talking about some of the elements here. There's an image here that talks about some of the parts of this process: NFC, Touch ID, a secure element, and passbook to hold it all. Q says NFC is the standard for all contactless payments. You also have Touch ID, and we have a new chip. Really updated on me, like moved up the
I know, it just
spots.
scrolled way down.
Like way down. Here we go. We have a new chip called Secure Element. It's built into the iPhone 6 and stores all info securely. It can see all credit cards on Passbook. So that immediately alludes to the fact that this feature will be exclusive to the iPhone 6 right now and the iPhone 6 Plus. Credit cards will be integrated via Passbook. This is really cool. Again, my timeline is just moving really fast. Q says we have hundreds of millions of credit cards and debit cards from customers' iTunes accounts as he holds his fingertips together. You can use the card on file to add so you can actually use your existing iTunes card on that account on file. To add another card, take a photo with the phone, go to bank to verify that it's your card, and it's added right to the passbook. We'll have to see how that plays out. Now with just a touch you pay, it's fast and easy.
What'd you say about go to bank?
So he said we're not seeing how they're doing this, but he said you could take a picture of your card and go to your bank to verify it to you, and then it adds it to the passbook. We'll have to find out. I don't know how that exactly works. Hugh says we've integrated security from software and hardware. We create a device-only account number and put it in the secure element. You no longer have a static code on the back of the card. That's awesome.
So yeah. So Tim Stevenson says it's interesting that it isn't your credit card number that gets sent to the retailer. It's that one-time number.
A token.
Yeah.
It's a burner kind of token that you use and then it's over.
And then they also mentioned this because the card isn't stored on the phone. You actually don't have to cancel it if the phone is lost. And again, you would only be able to get access to this through your Touch ID. So even if, again, like we showed that video from Japan, if someone stole your phone, no matter what, you're...
Problems again. Wait for a bit.
So we just have to wait for just a few seconds to make this like all the way through. So yeah, kind of watching. Just loading some streamer video up. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well. But I just load up a bit because the graphics are really high. This is long. Let's refresh this. So the sales already full, that's why I'm doing this. It should go back into the save in a second. Oh crap, sorting plus connection with the server. Let's try again. Refresh page. September 9th today. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, should work.
Dollars.
They just showed Target. That seems like a really poor example. Except you're talking about secure card.
I know, but their system is completely different, so you know.
That's true. But I think that's
yeah,
sort of ironic.
oh,
It's
for
kinda
sure,
funny.
for sure. Apple Pay, there's a
Some
one-touch checkout. No need to enter a credit card address. No credit card info is shared with the merchant. This has to do with their online system. I'm not sure how it's plugged in yet, but there must be some sort of Apple Pay option to check out. Q says we've been working with great retailers like Target to enable some great products in there. I don't know about you, but I'm looking for some. Oh, he's plugging Beats headphones.
Of course.
I don't even want to read those words. But like you, I'm looking for some Beats headphones. Oh yeah, Beats is off. My goodness.
Oh, Beats headphones. Why isn't Beats headphones in Groupon? Is that what it's like? Where's the Beats headphones in Groupon? That's where you should have bought them. Yeah, we gotta get rid of these things. They're so expensive.
Groupon is also incorporating Apple Pay into its app. Uber has a new feature. Panera lets you order food. MLB can order tickets. This is crazy.
Wow, how much money did these people pay for this product placement by Apple? They're like, hey, listen, if you just mention Groupon, that would be super.
I don't know if they necessarily have, but they're.
It just
This is the story they have
really
to tell.
weird.
They've got they've got a lot of partners. They've got more partners that all of us can count on our fingers right now, out of the gates.
That's very true.
And I have 12 fingers.
Open Table, tickets.com. Wow, launches next month.
This is big.
Apple Pay launches next month.
This is big.
Well, I'm very glad it's not proprietary. It uses all existing NFC technology.
Other than like you can only use it on an Apple device.
But I mean in the sense of you can use it on separate Apple scanning devices that only work with iPhones. Like I'm glad that is not the case.
Yeah. Building it into the apps is you would based on all the rumors you would thought it was just physical brick and mortar. Obviously, you would think they would need to leverage this payment in other ways, but it's interesting to see how many partners are already ready just to throw that payment system right directly in their apps.
Right.
So whatever they did on the back end, developmental-wise, made it really easy to just be like, okay, let's throw in this option, put it into, here's the API, throw it in there, and your app is exactly the same. You just have Apple Pay as an option now.
Oh my God, you guys! Tim Cook said one more thing.
Oh,
where's that? He said one more thing.
You didn't even put that down.
iPod Touch.
Oh.
I'm just.
Detox.
Is that on the?
One more thing,
Not
every
on
new
the
iPhone
Amiga?
6 comes
No,
with
because they
detox.
stopped saying one more thing.
Oh,
They stopped saying it.
They're bringing it back. They're going old school.
Oh.
I feel like that was a true opportunity missed. A true
I
opportunity
put it on
missed.
last time too.
And I know, we didn't hear it,
Yeah.
and we were like, we gave up.
All right,
Yeah,
here we
that-
go. Cook says, we love to make great products that really enrich people's lives. We love to integrate hardware, software, and services seamlessly.
That is relatively true. Things are pretty seamless in the iOS application.
When they work.
It's. I mean, we've talked about it before too. It's a lot about the execution. We used Google's Wallet as an example of how it didn't work out. Partnerships, hardware, the execution of it. And we'll see how this all works in the real world. You know, that remains to be seen. But the steps that they have in place look very nice. Cook, we've been working incredibly hard for a long time on an entirely new product. We believe this product will redefine what people expect from this category.
Hong Kong.
Well,
I've got it right
and
here
then
for
he
you
pulls
guys.
out the Tong Thong.
I've got it
everyone's
right here
like,
for you.
What in the world?
Everyone closes our window.
Okay, we'll wait for that. I watch.
All right, here it is.
Apple's
And
new
it's
product
totally
is
not a watch. It's like something. It's an ankle brace.
There's a-
ankle
there-
monitor.
The Apple anklet.
there's a big base rumbling, Earth pivoting beneath them.
Oh my God,
They're
the
showing
Earth.
planet Earth, the stars. We will see what the photo looks like.
It's
We were
the
not watching
Earth.
the video. So we'll see what happens.
Guys, it's the Earth.
It's
It's
Stevens says, this is ominous.
It's literally a
Tim
spaceship
Stevens is
that is going
scared.
to take us to Mars.
Did the internet just blow up yet? I'm just wondering. Is it
I
about
just
to explode?
I love the idea of them like making a complete left turn and going like, we're starting space travel. Like,
Oh shit, this
Here we go.
join SpaceX.
Wow.
Here's a first
problems.
peek, guys.
Yep. Very watch like
A dial.
it's a watch.
It's a dial, like a wristwatch dial. Look at that shot. Can you see that?
That is crazy.
We don't know. We don't know.
What's happening?
Dude, it's an Iron Man costume.
Oh my God, it's an Iron Man
It's
costume.
the arc reactor.
Reactor.
The arc reactor. Everyone just closed their.
Whoa,
Alright,
the
let's do it.
dial. Okay, so I'm watching the video. The dial just turned and it changed from apps to a watch face.
Look at this metal steel wrist.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Whoa.
Look at
Whoa.
this metal
That looks
steel
pretty.
face.
Stop with
That
this.
looks pretty.
Steel.
Blue steel? Would you
Blue.
say blue steel?
Oh, it could be. I hope that's a color option.
Somebody just cast us in a movie.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Beecham.
I'm watching the video right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really nice.
It's squircle shaped.
It
Yeah.
actually bends too.
Yeah.
You guys are killing me. I can't see any of this.
Here, BT. Here.
It's okay. I love you.
Look at that.
Oh,
it just
oh,
looks
goodness.
Like
There
my
you
hair.
go.
Oh man, it's squeezy. It's a super sexy video.
There's a
right now.
flower blooming on it. It also has
Aw.
flowers on the inside.
Woo!
So is the back
That
of
looks
it, I'm
hot.
assuming the back of that is sensors?
Yeah, it
Like
looks like
biometric sensors,
I'm
right?
sorry, that looks pretty hot. Mitch, that looks hot.
It just look. You know what's funny? It's so
Calm
funny.
down.
It does kind of
Oh,
look like
those
a little iPod.
wristbands look
It's a little
dirty.
nano.
Those wrist straps look stupid.
That's a lot of different wrist straps. That's crazy.
Mickey Mouse.
Obviously, like we're gonna be seeing like Louis
Oh,
Vuitton.
good
There it is,
lord, good
Apple
lord!
Watch.
I just flew into your world.
There's the logo, Apple
I just
Watch.
flew
This is like
into
their
your
new
world.
thing. Instead of putting the eye there, they're just putting the Apple logo.
Yeah, the Apple
Whoa,
logo.
Tim Cook's wearing it.
Oh
Tim
my God!
Cook is-
People are Look, I saw a child. I saw a guest laughing like
Like
a
a
small
kitty
child.
small
There
child,
we go,
yeah,
right
there's-
there. He's
dude,
like, oh my
It's
God.
mass hysteria.
I think I said next time you need to put somebody crying. Like
I'm actually crying right now. Tim Cook raising his arms in celebration, doing fist pumps. The crowd.
has gone wild.
I hope those are all Apple employees. If they're CNET
Hey, this is
editors
Shame
standing
on
up,
them.
shame on you.
This
Tim
is
Stevens,
shameless.
sit
Shame
down.
on you. Shame on you, Tech Press. Sit your ass down.
Sit down. Sid. If somebody just cast us in the CNET live show movie, do you want to know who you are? That's really good.
Okay.
Clark Gregg as Donald Bell. Super into
I'll
that.
have to look that up.
Little Agent Coulson from Marvel movies.
Okay.
Agent Coulson. I get Drew Barrymore.
Oh, nice.
I would have gone Uma Thurman, but okay.
What about Little Madonna in
And
there, too?
BD Wong is Brian Tom.
Oh, come on. You gonna give me BD Wong? You ain't gonna give me Usher? You gotta give me Usher, man. Yeah, man.
Let's talk about this watch.
Yeah, let's do it. Cook says, we set out to make the best watch in the world. one that is precise. I'm getting all nervous. That's synchronized with an international time standard. Apple's Watch is the most personal device we've created. Because you wear it, we invented new intimate ways to connect and communicate directly from your wrist, and it works seamlessly with iCloud, and it's a comprehensive health and fitness device. Apple's Watch took very deep thinking, and out of this came some truly remarkable innovation. Oh, good lord. That's cool.
I do
I
think
still don't know if I'd wear it, though.
I really like that Tim mentions this. He says it's interesting to hear Tim talk about the watch's accuracy as a watch, because most other smartwatch manufacturers don't even mention it. Like, that's not a thing they bother to talk about, or like I find that a little interesting. Like, it's important to them to also make sure that people know that this is a really good watch.
Cook is now saying one of those was the user interface that they paid attention to. As it turns out, with every revolutionary product that Apple has created, a breakthrough was required as well. The dial, like you mentioned in the promo video, so you actually twisted it and it changed from time to apps on the screen?
Yeah, it changed from like time to apps. It was pretty cool. From interface elements, and then you press the little button, it selected things. It's kind of neat.
Dial to navigate reminds Scott Stein of the click wheel, kind of like a little throwback to that. Cook with the Mac, we introduced the Mac, the mouse to make its navigation simple. The click wheel on the iPod allows users to scroll through thousands of songs. With the iPhone multi-touch, this is cool. I still don't know if I'd wear one though.
Yeah,
I hope it's sweatproof too. I can see a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm very. It's hard for me to get on board with the watch. I'm with you. Like, it's really tough.
I think it's
to be
really
like,
cool.
I gotta have this.
Yeah, I think it's cool. And let's just before this whole keynote, I put out a tweet. There are 3 things that I need to see in a watch for me to convince me to buy it: a unique style, battery life that lasts more than a day, and a real use function.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than telling time. Other than telling the time. So we'll see. I do think it looks pretty dope, but it doesn't mean I'd wear it. I still like my current watch.
They're doing. They're showing it right now. There's a map. Apparently, there's some pinch to zoom feature, or they're showing maps on the watch. So. In the live stream.
They're referring to how if you just took the iPhone interface and shrunk it down to iWatch, it just wouldn't work. And so I think they're poking jokes at it right now.
Yeah.
About, oh yeah, look at these maps. They're not going to work like that.
Yeah, you can't like pinch to zoom on a watch.
Cook said we placed extra functionality in mechanisms that's been on the watch for decades. The dial, which Apple calls the digital crown.
Of course it does.
Why
do they have to rename everything? It's like
because you got to.
It's a watch dial. Stop it.
When on a map, you turn the digital crown, it zooms in and out. When you have a list, you can scroll through the list with the digital crown. And you can do all this without blocking the screen with the digital crown.
Can you imagine like the Apple Store employees having to say digital crown every time they talk to like
it's a digital crown, you know?
I'll punch him in the face.
I mean the dial.
Pressing the crown pops you back to the home screen. Very dial.
Very dial-like. Very digitally crown.
Cook says the Apple Watch is, of course, made to be worn.
No.
Really?
What? A watch made to be worn? That's ridiculous.
I do think it looks nice, but it's still not a watch that I would just like. I don't know.
Gotta get one.
Oh, of course. I've told people before I will buy one to try it out, but it doesn't mean that I'll actually want it. And
I might take it back. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Hey, T-Mobile, let me test drive the Apple Watch. Let me test drive that thing. Can I put it on a payment plan?
They're showing some of the functionality, which is cool. We don't have specs yet, but we'll keep on listening to this. Cook is now going to talk. We're now going to hear about the design story through a video featuring Johnny Ive. Oh, this is
He's not on stage. Come on.
So we'll see some screenshots, but
can you read it in the voice?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
I'll read it.
Do you want me to read his quotes?
It's
or
so
what?
great. Yeah, read it in a really good British accent. So
it's hard when I put it on the spot. I can do Johnny Ive better when no one asks me to do Johnny Ive. Really.
No one's asking, Brian.
Okay, good.
I do.
The day that Johnny Ive comes on stage, I might have a heart attack. Like, it could be the end.
So they're showing the video now. So for those of you watching the live stream, oh great, my thing just died. Like my live stream just died. It's okay.
Cool. Here, I'll set the stage.
Oh no, it was me.
Cool music in the background, an infinite white wall, impossibly clean gadgets hovering in space.
Here we go.
Yeah, thank you. We've designed a range of products so personal you don't put them on your desk or in your pocket. You wear them on your wrist. Is that good? Did I do good?
It's okay. It's okay. We've designed a range of products so personal You don't put them on your desk or in your pocket. You wear them on your wrist.
That was pretty good.
You know, he slows it down. He
Yeah,
kind
he
of
does.
melts
He
it.
likes to, yeah,
He
he likes
really
to chew on the
melts it.
scenery a little.
Yeah, he melts it.
No, you're right.
We've designed and conceived Apple Watch as a singular.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Continue, Mitch.
We're
Please.
introducing.
He's all.
We are introducing an unparalleled level of technical innovation, combined with a design that connects.
Oh, so good. That's Mitch, our producer here on site.
That
He's
was
my he's my producer, partner in crime for Applebite and all that stuff. So.
That was literally delightful.
He's also the real world voice of Johnny Ive.
Did you guys see? Are you guys watching this video right now? The apps kind of move
Yeah.
around in bubbles in different sizes. So when you click on them, it goes to the different apps. They're showing the dial turn.
The crown?
Yeah,
The digital crown?
Stupid
How
Apple.
dare you? Apple is already upset with you for not using
I don't
their
care.
crazy terminology.
You know what would have been crazy? It was if they started inviting me back again because they don't like how I keep it real.
It seems like, by the way, that these app bubbles have different sizes, which would indicate to me that the more you use an app, the bigger the bubble would get, which is very Beats-like.
The more you use it, the bigger the bubble.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. That seems really weird.
That's also what she said.
Weird. Yeah, that's definitely what she said.
This is cool. This is cool.
Now they're showing some of the incoming call stuff. Just, hey Siri. There's Siri, of course.
There's some magic
Some
thumbs up
sort of-
app,
yeah.
some stupid app that I'll never use.
Yeah, something really.
Sending like a smiley or some animated lame thing
The
like
animation looks very nice, like these transition animations, if they're the same.
I
actually,
agree.
real
It
world
looks
look very
dope.
nice.
I mean,
Again, not so.
I'm caught up with the idea like it looks really cool from like the standpoint of it's a new gadget and gizmo, and I will buy it to try it out. But I still love my watch, my real watch.
I love these like pictures of contacts. I'm like half my contact list literally empty.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
no pictures. Like it's not gonna look like this. It's
What were you
gonna
gonna
look
say,
insane.
It looks a lot, it looks a lot cooler than the Samsung watches. They look kind of generic, like the interface, It looks very generic.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know, it just looks a little...
Very polished Apple-esque interface, and what more than anything, it's a new interface we haven't seen. Like if you look at how it's laid out, this is really like a brand new interface. So it has that kind of charm to it.
It's kind of what I was hoping.
This watch loves me.
XOXO. Hey Donald, XOXO.
Oh hey.
I don't need a. You know what? That's like a flirting
If I
app
had a,
right
if I
there.
had a watch, I'd
Just XO me, XO me, man. Just XO me, man. I love all these beautiful shots. We're gonna use this as B-roll for like the rest of my life.
Here you go, Tech World. Here's your B-roll for the next few months.
You want to see
exactly
more?
right.
You want to see more? All right, they're showing some like kind of must be the polarization or that grate on top of the screen. Oh, what's this?
Is this a tic-tac-toe game?
No, it's XO, dude. It's like I love you.
So Johnny Ive is saying that the screen on this is sapphire. So they included sapphire screens, and Johnny Ive has reminded everybody that sapphire is the second hardest surface, clear surface behind diamond.
The first hardest surface was Steve Jobs' head because he was
that's
very hard-headed.
true. Display is indeed flexible. Watch itself.
There's a heart rate monitor in there, which appears to be real time. The Basis smartwatch, I believe was one of the first that had that kind of real time heart rate monitor before a lot of other devices out there.
Wouldn't it be neat to be able to just see the like on your watch face, like as your heart's beating? I don't know.
That would
Let's see.
be
That's
cool.
super
Like the
dumb,
little
but like I
stat,
would
that
really
would be
enjoy that. Like I would instead of like
Yeah.
seconds on a clock, I'd want to see my heart
That's
beating.
something
so
that they
when
probably
it's-
do. I bet you they do that.
That would be kind of cool. I would enjoy
I
it.
bet you they. Here, I would buy the watch for that.
Just for that. I buy things for frivolous reasons.
There's a speaker in the device and a custom chip called the S1. A lot of chips.
Somebody said that my British accent. OK, meanwhile on Twitter says Ashley Esqueda's British accent slays Brian Tom's British accent.
Yeah, but have they heard how John Ives talks? No, they haven't heard how John. That's what we were emulating. Friend.
Dreadful. My accent is
Friend.
dreadful.
Her accent was very good. But listen to John Ive. Listen,
Sir.
and then get back to me.
Sir Johnny
Get back to me
Ive,
on.
you.
Get back to me on
I'm
Twitter.
pretty sure Johnny Ive's really from New Jersey, right? He's just hanging out that hole.
Here's the sensors. This is
is
on the
cool.
back. Okay, so there's 4 lenses: infrared LED photosensors detect pulse, gyroscope and accelerometer, plus GPS and Wi-Fi from the phone gives a picture of your daily activity.
You know what I like on this watch that we haven't seen so far, and I might be jumping to conclusions? It looks like it has no camera on it. And that might be a good thing. It's actually...
I kind of would be into a camera.
You would be. You're
You
so
get
vain.
all Dick Tracy.
You're so vain.
Like, get all Dick Tracy and talk to your friends.
You're so vain, Stephen Beecham.
Dick Tracy. Man, what a great movie.
I mean, I can't... On the videos,
Sorry, I was
can't-
like obsessed with that movie when I was a kid.
With that mobster scene where they're all in the room at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Love that. So what's this back thing that they're showing right now? Is it just like the separate component?
That
right
is
here?
the heart.
Oh, it's the charging. It's the charger. Magnetic. It's a MagSafe with conductive charging. Requires no alignment. Ive says Apple's watch is incredibly accurate. I shouldn't call it Apple's watch. It's called the Apple Watch, guys. Keeps time to plus or minus 50 milliseconds. Works closely with clock experts around the world to understand the cultural significance of time. Pretty cool.
There's all kinds of like these screensavers, but they're just
Wallpaper type.
yeah, like live wallpapers, kind of while the watch face is up. So it's
I would like to take a picture with my watch and use it as a watch.
So you want your
I
face
don't
on
want
your
to take
phone?
pictures with
No,
a
not of myself.
watch.
Yeah, right. Don't lie. Don't lie. Just tell me the truth already, Beecham. You took your sweater off earlier in the show. You wanted to show your guns. Now you want a phone on your camera?
2 tickets to the gun show, please. 2 tickets.
The sport band comes in a range of colors. That sport band makes it look so cheap. It looks so silly with that sport band. It looks ugly.
It looks a little well. It's like that pebble, like the silicone bands on pebble.
It just doesn't match, though. It just looks too bubbly. Like, give me the steel. Give me, like, the leather, classy. Like, you know, that's something that my niece would wear.
It's there to chase you into the higher
Yeah.
end.
Where's my Swarovski crystal
That's what I want to know.
band?
That's what I want
Where is it?
Ive says the leather loop is so limited. Leather with magnets for fastening and adjusting.
Similar to soft and quilted. And 3-ply.
Soft on the buttons.
3-ply.
Ive says there's a simple leather classic buckle. Well, look, did you see that one? That wristband? That's kind of cray.
Oh, here you go. Strap design is proprietary. High profit margins for accessories. Tim Stevens says, curious how long it'll take third parties to figure out the mechanism.
Okay, let's
Not long.
let's go right now. Price of a plastic rubber wristband. Price of a leather wristband. Go.
$29 for the plastic, $99.
Woo! I was gonna say 30. I was gonna say 39 or 34.99 for the plastic, and then like I think for leather strap, I'm gonna say 80, 79.
Normally they go 10%, so if it's a 400, it's going to $40 for the rubber, and then like I'll give 80 for the leather. I'm just having fun. Beecham free.
30 for the
Rubber.
60.
Like the metal one, quite honestly, is the only one that I like.
Okay.
That metal wristband strap setup, hoodicky, probably gonna be half the price of the phone. Stainless steel, that's the only one I like. Yeah.
Here's the
That's
here's
boss. That's
here-
boss.
That in black.
That's boss.
Here's the rub. There's a second smaller model. So there's 3 collections: Apple Watch Sports, and Apple Watch Edition.
Oh my God, are you serious?
So many SKUs. Many SKUs. Now, is that 2 sizes in each version, in each collection?
So
A bigger one and a smaller one? That's what it
Possibly.
seems. That's what it seems like.
is that what they're saying? I mean, I'm not watching this, so I don't know.
Well, he's saying there's a second smaller model, Tim Stevens, but then Shara says 3 collections. Ive says 3 collections. So I don't know if that means there's 2 models in each collection.
Let's find out, friends.
We got to find out.
We have a poll up at the top of our keynote, or sorry, our live coverage here. The question asks, "What do you think of the Apple Watch?" First response: "Wow, finally a real vision for wearables." Second one: "I'll wait for the next gen of smartwatches. They still didn't sell me on it. Not impressed." What do you guys want to go with?
Which one?
I'll let you pick, Steven. What do you think?
I'll wait for the next gen.
Good call. Click on it. What do we got?
17%. That's the least.
Wow, finally a real vision for
45.
wearables. 45%. 17 was the middle. They still didn't sell me. 38%. I'm with the 30. I'm going to try it out. I think it looks cool, but I don't think I'll end up using it all the time. It looks.
That's what I'm saying. Like I also feel the same. I feel like I'm not. This is really nice, and
It looks hot.
It looks hot. It's a really nice product. I'm not enough of a watch wearer to go, gosh, I have to have this. Like I have to. Day one, I gotta have it.
What about that design? Scroll up, Steven. Oh, the other one, that single one. That looks pretty sick.
Well, I do love a gold, rose gold.
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
That looks like an old lady's watch.
Well, just give me, put a
That
little.
looks like a watch to go play bingo in
Put
and
some
then take a nap.
LV, put some LV or Gucci print on that, and then it's all. That's the thing, right? If this is
Yeah.
proprietary wristband, they're gonna have to partner with some like high-end, designers to get get crazy.
I still don't feel like I've seen anything here that Samsung can't turn around and try to knock off in like, a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like, this is an interesting product, but I'm not 100% sold on it. I do feel like while we haven't quite seen the level of detail that maybe the Apple Watch has from Android, I feel like that's going to come very quickly. And I think that anybody who's watching this who's an Android fan, or even a Windows Phone fan who wants something maybe that can complement, I might be seeing this like within the next year. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It still has a long, this whole smartwatch space still has so much room to grow, to figure itself out. What's good is, which I was hoping for, Kevin Lynch, Apple's vice president, leading the software effort on the Apple Watch, is going to give a hands-on demo now. So this is what I want to see. Okay, I got your video.
He's actually wearing the old lady watch, which is making me laugh. Like in the live
Beecham,
stream.
you're asking, can you leave your
Can
phone
you
at
leave
home?
your phone at home and take the watch and still use it?
That's a good
And
question.
have it linked if it has a SIM
Have
card
it
in
linked
it.
to your
Yeah,
phone
have it-
somehow. That would be key.
But it would have to be linked to your phone via some sort of low-energy
Maybe your
Bluetooth,
phone,
would
maybe
it
your
not?
phone's at home on Wi-Fi or something.
But then if you're not connected to that Wi-Fi network, you wouldn't be able to...
Well, you don't want to leave home without your phone alone. So
Makes a great point.
Hello, hungry?
No, this has got to be a compliment to your phone, not something that replaces it.
Yeah,
some of the- some of those
Whoever does that first is going to win.
I mean, I feel like didn't Samsung just come out with their SIM card enabled smartwatch? Isn't there that a thing?
yeah, Samsung released their Gear S, which is Gear S, the Solo, which is their standalone 3G SIM card watch.
Right.
That could act on its own, but its interface is
Can it make calls?
garbage.
Yeah, I'm just making the point that it's not the winning feature necessarily.
Yeah,
It's a little more.
So there are some really nice, pretty pictures of this. I know some of my buddies that had like, why don't you want an iWatch? I know some of these guys are like drooling right now, like oh, like they can't control themselves right now.
Well, it does feel very much like an Apple product.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
It
like
has
I think
that,
for the Apple fans looking for a new
Absolutely.
form factor of Apple product to obsess over, I think this.
Yeah.
This could
Absolutely.
Oh, get out. Get out. Just
Again, again.
No, I agree with you. I think this is definitely, when you see it, it looks like an Apple product.
Yeah.
People who love Apple are gonna love this.
Like if you have someone in your life, who's a total Apple fan, you know what to get them for Christmas.
Exactly. No, well, depending. I
Price
mean, there's
depending
some
on
people
what
I
they
don't know. I don't spend that much money on. That's what I'm saying.
So here's just some interesting info that is being thrown out there. Shar Tipton says of global smartwatch owners right now, 51% have put on a Samsung device, 17% use Sony, 6% own a Pebble smartwatch, according to the research that I guess they posted this in the keynote. So they're kind of talking about how that industry. I don't even know what the user base of the smartwatch market is right now. Like 100,000 units, like very small, very small.
Well, I mean, a lot of people back Pebble. I feel like there's more than that, but I do think that, like we were talking about earlier, this is really kind of like the floodgates for wearables, for smartwatches, wearables, because it seems like this is something that's very consumer friendly thus far, like this sort of crown. Digital crown navigation. I just really think that, like, for most people, this is going to kind of open the gate for them to feeling that this is a consumer-friendly product and that, everybody has a smartwatch now because Apple makes one. Like that, it seems like that's sort of the mentality, even though, again, it's usually not the case, but it does feel like a lot of consumers will see this and say, oh, well, maybe I'll look into an Android smartwatch for my Galaxy, or maybe I'll look into, it seems like this might kind of push people to getting wearables.
But also another point that you kind of touched upon, I think it will dovetail with the ecosystem that you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. People were hoping that some of the phones that we've seen I want to bounce this watch on a different platform, but it's going to pretty much work the best with the platform that you've decided to choose and the ecosystem you're working in.
What is my like?
Can we just really briefly get away from Apple and say, what is Microsoft going to do to keep people? Because this seems like
They're gonna hope they get a little bit more market share in the smartphone
does
space.
Nokia make a watch for them? Like, is that a thing that needs to
I think
happen
the
now?
smartest thing Microsoft could do is wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Really, you think so?
I still feel like even looking at this and how nicely done it seems, it still could be a total loss for Apple.
I think that's true.
I think there is a good high chance that smartwatches will be a fad that passes.
Look, yeah, whatever happens here after this, I felt before this keynote, smartwatch space, people that are trying to figure out what to do, Apple will probably sell the most smartwatches, even though people don't even know what they want to do with it right out of the gates, right? The market is going to be flooded by the Apple adopters.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give them a big boost in market share, but after year one, we'll see if people really still care about this.
Right, that's the test. Is
And
if people are willing to come back.
They're talking about the haptics on this watch. They still aren't really talking about the nitty-gritty of like the day-to-day use. I know there's people that are going to see this and instantly want one. That's fine. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that are like, well, let me think about how I'm actually going to use this and why is it better than what I have, or will it enhance what I have, other than it's a pretty freaking sick-looking watch from Apple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is, to me, it's like it'll have, Apple has the sort of privilege of only having one ecosystem and usually one product, like in those ecosystems, so they can have these really great numbers because people say, I want an Apple device, and they just go get one because there's one ecosystem and it's owned by Apple. It's so vertical. But when you have something like Android, it's like they may sell more devices, but not individually per phone or manufacturer. You can't compare them to, oh, well, we sold more than the iPhone. It's like, well, there's 100 million different Android phones out there that you could buy from a million different people. So I think the numbers will be strong, but it's also really important to kind of realize that, like, there's so many other manufacturers out there that are going to be making watches for everybody.
Yeah, we're just gonna as we're talking about this, just as Lynch is actually demoing off the actual product, they're talking about haptics and how that comes into play. When you get information like a notification, you can use haptic feedback to tap your wrist. You can choose what information will come to you and notify you. We have some screenshots. We're looking at the video of the actual iWatch right now. If you guys haven't seen already, it's kind of those awesome beauty shots that literally make it look ridiculously sexy. Lynch, while he's describing the functionality, says you might also get other notifications, messages. For instance, for example, you can enable quick replies. They've actually analyzed the text coming in and picked out some things you might want to say as like quick replies because the screen is so small.
There are animated emojis that they specially made for
That was
this
what I was
watch.
ripping on, and
Good old animated emoji.
I mean, I love emojis too, but I'll be the judge of that. I need an iWatch for an animated emoji that's full screen.
Have you ever been to the Haunted Mansion?
Yes, of course.
I want a Madame Leota inside my. I want her to be Siri. Like, I just want to look down and see little Madame Leota inside my watch.
Well, guess what? We're gonna see Siri right now. They're gonna demo Siri.
Come on, Siri. Hey, Siri. Yo, Siri. Is there a word? Okay, so they're asking what movies are playing tonight in Cupertino.
Are you going to say something different to your watch than that is different from your phone? Or does that mean they're setting this up to be a standalone 3G-based watch? Because, I mentioned that, if you say Siri on both devices with iOS 8, it automatically is going to prompt you.
Well, if they're connected, they're probably going to assume that. I don't know.
Maybe you're able to choose which one takes priority.
No, just hold them both out at the same time.
That's right.
They assume. They assume you use everything.
I own both these products.
Oh.
They assume everything. They assume everything.
Thank you, BT.
See how smooth they are? You didn't realize that we just made a power exchange.
Power exchange.
Just a little like cord action, plug in while we're talking. This picture looks funny to me. This
looks insane.
Image of your photo gallery. It's like, yeah, I'm not.
Your collection, but then he twists this little digital crown, the dial,
so
and he goes right into.
And it booms. It goes. It probably increases the size, right, with the digital crown.
You're getting used to it now, Brian. I'm saying it. Digital
crown.
Apple typically likes to keep things to one syllable or two. That's what I'm used to in my language. Digital crown, too much.
We could have called it the iDial.
I was gonna say, you gotta scroll that DC. DC.
Alright, your favorited photos will show up here by default. So only your favorites.
So right now they're showing off, the use of Apple's cool apps, and how they work, and with this new interface. I'm just saying, give me maybe one reason why I still need this watch. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
One of those
Here's a reason.
was the user interface. As it turns out, with every
I just want you to
revolutionary
know,
product-
Brian, that I know we love you, but I'm getting a lot of responses saying that my Johnny Ive was better.
Fine.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not even looking at Twitter, so I'm gonna ask people to chime in, and if you want a prize, you're gonna say Brian Tong did a better Johnny Ive.
That's
I'm just
low.
kidding. I don't have any more prizes left. Actually, I am a gracious loser, and I admit that you have a better Johnny Ive. You're a better looking Johnny Ive.
I don't.
Sounding?
We both really don't look like
Yeah,
Johnny
I
Ive,
think
so
yeah, Johnny
I think
Ive
that's a tie. I think
Donald
it's a
might
tie.
actually win the contest for closest looking Johnny Ive.
Maybe.
Shave his
I
head?
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
We're not really shaving my head though, right?
Could we?
No.
If you were like, could we do like a prediction show in the next keynote? If you're wrong, we could shave your head.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people saying they agree. Like, I'm getting a lot of favorites on my Madame Leota emoji idea. I want a little bird. Where's Max Headroom? Can I get Max Headroom in there?
Oh, yeah.
Can we download? Do you guys know that you can use Terry Crews to navigate for you in Waze? Did you see this?
I had no idea.
In Waze?
Yes.
Like
in,
the
in
map
the app
app?
Waze,
Oh, goodness.
you can choose National Treasure Terry Crews to navigate for you, and it is the best.
Oh, man.
Just so everyone knows.
All right, you better update your contacts photos like we talked about if you want them to look super cool on that iWatch. I'm just saying. They
So-
just showed up a list of your contacts right now.
See, they're all gonna be empty faces. It's,
They have
not,
the-
it's just gonna be little
and it's like-
little blue silhouettes.
It's going to be like someone's face is red for being drunk that they put on Facebook, and it's
know.
just like not going to work out.
I mean,
You are going to see it.
I mean, listen, I love my friends, but some of them I don't want to look at. Yeah, see, there's Max Headroom. Why don't we have that guy in my iWatch, my Apple Watch? Why is he not in there?
Afterwards, that is correct.
I'm sorry, I'm like so old school, like Madame Leota, Max Headroom. Like, what's wrong with me?
All right, let's see what else we got. Kevin is showing off a Morse code he supposedly worked out by tapping on kind of a code on the face to bring up your list of contacts, which might allude to tapping out a pattern for different apps, like tap tap hold, tap tap hold.
I already think this is way
I don't
too
wanna learn another
complicated.
language.
Hold tap hold,
Up, down.
hold.
He's
Gotta
drawing
gotta
little.
swing your
he's,
arm.
he's drawing a fish
Shake the
right
shuffle.
now and sending it. Just,
You can actually
That.
send taps to people. 3 taps means let's go to lunch. Ooh, that could get very wrong very quickly.
This is the rhythm.
BT's already lining this up for booty calls. He's like, how do I set this up? Custom,
Do a
Yo,
little wrist
yo,
time.
yo, baby, swipe, circle, circle.
triple tap, you send you up at 3 a.m.
I will say,
to a list of choice.
just the total loser in me, it would be pretty fun to flirt with your lady, with my lady, which is actually our 4-year anniversary
Today?
today. She's like, you got to do the iPhone thing. I'm like, yeah.
Aww.
But it would be fun to like swipe.
Like, are you going to show your dirty underwear on the
yeah, actually, don't forget your gross under.
Oh, it's tonight.
Gross. Gross. There's no song. There's nothing. There's nothing happening.
You know, they're
You
doing
can't-
like
it's in your heart. The
Apple's
thong
doing a
song's
real
in your heart.
demo right now, and
I
we're
know.
just like.
I know, we're dancing and being insane.
But can you tell me one time if you had a significant other, it'd be fun to like. I'm not saying you buy an iWatch for them, but you just like send a little message if they see a pattern on it, you could like reply.
Oh,
with
that
it.
would be really fun. You come
It's
up with your own
fun.
secret language with
That's
your
right.
friends. Little tap language. Linguistic
Confirm.
majors are going to have a field day with this.
Lynch says we think there's a great opportunity now with Apple Watch. Notifications will just show up. You can choose to have any third-party apps show up
That
They
science
do
seems
look
impressed
really
so
simple.
far.
Yeah.
because of its app function.
Yeah, it says it seems like the focus is on deeper apps and functions than what he's seen on Android Wear, more complex navigation. Yeah, it looks like he's amped up.
Yeah.
They're showing off WatchKit, which is their new platform for developers to make apps based on this kind of new interface and new format and new
Actionable
size.
notifications. That's
Ooh, buzzword of the day.
Yeah.
Twitter notifications, same layout as original tweet.
I like that with the picture. That's
Yeah.
like a nice at a glance there. Pretty good.
It's interesting. I think it's cool, but I don't.
Version 2 will be thinner, bigger screen.
I don't know if they'll do bigger screen, maybe. I don't know. They'll probably have to. They have 2 sizes already, though, right?
Yeah.
So, I think the smart thing about 2 sizes, and probably the number one complaint about every other smartwatch, is that they're not geared towards kind of a fashionable aspect for ladies. Like, ladies don't want the big, chunky, huge screens that they're putting out right now.
That's my problem with. I have huge hands, really small wrists.
Big hands, small wrists.
But the problem is whenever I try on these smartwatches, they are huge. They take up my whole wrist. And like the 360, I really wanted to like the 360, but it is gigantic.
Yeah.
And it looks weird. Yeah. Like I don't like large jewelry even, like as I say this with a huge necklace on. But like I don't like but I like rings wise and stuff, like I don't like big pieces of jewelry, like it gets in my way. I just want to I type all day long, and it's really difficult for me to have a device like that. I think a huge watch.
They're talking about NFC on the watch now. Tim Stevens is pointing out that SPG is going to support Apple Watch NFC for door unlocking.
That's for Starboard hotels.
Okay.
They recently released an app for the phone already.
Where you could swipe and check in.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
I mean, that's cool.
They have Honeywell.
Yeah.
Control lighting.
They'll definitely have Honeywell and not Nest, because Nest is not on their good side anymore, because Nest is with Google. And the founders and creators of Nest were Apple employees.
Oh yeah, they burned that bridge. They torched it like Colossus.
Which is too bad, because I love the Nest.
I do too.
It's pretty bad. All right, Tim Cook is back up on the stage.
I see 2 ladies sitting next to each other at the live
Where?
stream. They were clapping. I'm watching the live stream. There were
serious?
2 ladies in the front row sitting right next to each other. Check that off.
Well, that might have been the hardest one to check off, quite honestly.
That's why I was so excited.
You're
I
so
saw
awesome.
just two nice ladies clapping very politely, and I was like, there are 2 ladies.
Looks like they're probably going to talk about the fitness aspect. If you guys remember, very early on, Tim Cook was one of the first Apple guys to always wear the Nike Fuel Band before the wearable thing was even a big deal. So I've got to imagine he has something invested in this.
Nike's on board, yeah.
Nike also dissolved their Nike Fuel Band division, their entire hardware division, and just scrapped that. It was our own Nick Stat who had the scoop on that entire story. CNET's own Nick Stat. What's up, Nick?
We'll just make software for Apple now.
Cook says Apple Watch gives the ability to motivate people to be more active and healthy. Questionable. If you're someone who wants to be a bit more active or track what you do during the day, or perhaps you exercise regularly, or even if you're a very serious athlete, Apple Watch helps you. I'm just saying.
I hope it's sweatproof. They've made no mention of it so far.
I don't exercise, so this doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm keeping it real. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear an Apple Watch.
I keep my rage heart rate up when I'm playing Mario Kart and Baby Peach runs me off the road on that cloud level.
Baby Peach!
I have a lot of Mario Kart rage. It's a real problem.
2 new apps on the watch. Fitness app monitors all activity. Workout app lets you set specific goals for specific types of workouts.
I like that.
That's interesting because there's the product called I hope I remember the name on the top of my head. It's the Mio. It's the silver disc, and it is able to, depending on the type of workout you are doing, kind of adapt to those motions and then measure it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's important for a lot of people who especially are who do 2 different things to work out. Like, so some people I do yoga and then also I jog or whatever.
Sounds like me.
Yeah.
Yogging?
Yogging. I believe the J is silent.
Yogging.
There's a video happening right now. Active. Some people doing CrossFit because that's a thing that people do.
Yeah, they have those crazy CrossFit competitions on TV now.
Apple Watches.
Insane. What do you think when you see this price-wise? $300 or $400 starting out of the gates without wristband?
I think it'll come with a wristband.
Yeah, it'll come with the wristband.
The basic silicone wristband.
Like they'll have all these SKUs for the different kinds of wristbands. Like, is that what you guys think? Because I don't want a wristband and then have to buy another wristband.
I think that's what you're gonna have.
But I think it's what you're gonna do. I think it'll be 5 basic colors. Like we see 5 basic silicone wristbands, and then you upgrade beyond that.
Well, they have the Sport. They have Apple Watch. What is it? Like
Edition.
Apple Premium Watch.
Apple Edition.
Apple Edition.
Apple Watch Edition or whatever. But it looks like weren't they saying in the live blog that it looks like they're just 3 different colors? But I don't know what those.
Maybe you're talking about the watch faces.
Yeah, like that's that's what differentiates them. I don't know though.
I'll let them tell us. You know, we like to make. You know, we'll find out in like a minute.
But price. Right?
I'm
You have a guess?
gonna go with 300 without the wristband, and then by the time you pick up your wristband, it'll come up like around 400. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go.
I know they go 400. I know 400 is I would lean, but I'm just gonna try and be different. I'm just trying to think.
I'm gonna
different.
go a little bit more, like 350. Let's
Ooh.
start.
Okay.
I'm gonna say $3.29.
$1.
Beach 'em.
$1, Bob.
Beach 'em.
$2.99. That's
I think
best.
that would be a
low.
sweet
You're going
spot.
low.
Yeah.
I think though their argument will be there's so much technology crafted in here that it's unlike anything else. I'm like yeah, $2.99. All right. Let's see what they're talking about right now and catch up. A lot of CrossFit. Charge has posted up a statement from MasterCard about using Apple Pay or partnering with them. So we'll continue to see what's going on there. What do you guys, you know what, we need to ask you people on Twitter. We have not been asking you guys just your raw thoughts about the iWatch. We took a poll on CNET, but tweet us using the hashtag CNETLive and let us know what are your gut reactions to the iWatch right now, even before the price. We want to see, we'll read some of those tweets off, show your nice little profile pic on the screen.
Also, guess the price down to the dollar after tax, and then maybe we'll say.
And then we'll talk.
I'll give you a shout out on my show. I'll be like, hey, you're great. You're also creepily psychic. No, I'm very curious. Like, you know what I wish people would do to like incentivize health is, I sort of like this idea of things that wouldn't give you an advantage or be like physical products that you could buy, but in the vein of like a Nintendo 3DS where you kind of gamify your health, where it's like, oh, if you walk a certain amount of steps a day, you have these coins that you can spend in like some form, like for whatever reason. I don't know. And
My
sometimes
heart.
yeah.
We had this
Get you back on
Card
the couch.
upgrades, whatever. It's
We
fine.
talked about this at the last keynote, but being someone who works out and enjoys fitness and using all these fitness bands, after you figure out pretty much what your baseline of how many steps you take a day, what you generally do, it doesn't become interesting enough. And I haven't heard of many people, even when the Java Up started to create an app that you can compete with your friends and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
People stop using it. Like they
Right.
just don't. It's still not enough motivation to continue to use these products with work fitness in mind. Now, if it helps one person become more active,
Right.
the more power to them. But overall, most people just kind of get tired and bored of all those metrics, and they don't care anymore once they figure out what they normally do.
Or once they've hit their fitness goal,
Mhm.
like if they want to lose 20 pounds or whatever it is, once they finish that, they're like, okay, I'm good. I'm just gonna stop running.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we have on the Twitter while they're
All right.
talking.
Tim
Because
Stevens said people are going crazy though. They're definitely into this product.
Well,
there's
that's
1,000
because they
Apple
pump
employees
apple
there.
pheromones into the building right
There
before
is-
the
there
event
There are
starts.
probably over 300 Apple employees in there.
Well, they
least.
filed them out. Remember, they filed them out.
All right, here we go. Let's take a peek. Mr. Beecham, I have some comments about what people are thinking about the iWatch. They're flooding in fast and furious. Tina Live, I'm guessing the iWatch will be $199. That's Daksesh Patel. Apple Watch is too thick and square. Garrett Upchurch. Jordan Glass, good. About 350 pounds. I think it should come with a wristband of your own choice. Ben Macy, the Apple Watch looks cool, but it's not sassy. I'll pass. Sonu, the iWatch looks like the iPod Nano with a strap. It should be no more than $199. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that, Sonu. Keeping it real.
Listen, you can have hope, though. You can have hope.
Where's that? Michael Rax. The iWatch is so ugly. Did they design it for kids? Price guess $349. Moto 360 is way better designed. I don't know about that one. I think the Moto 360 is way better designed, but
P.S.
Tell
Tim
me.
Cook just said Apple Watch requires the iPhone.
Ooh.
There you go.
What if it required the iPhone 6?
Oh, there would be a riot inside that building. I feel like people are
There would
pitchforks.
actually be they'd be like, and every Apple employee gets a free one.
No,
Well, it probably will require iOS 8. So.
Here we go. iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, iPhone 5S, iPhone 5C, iPhone 5 are the compatible phones.
Yeah.
Okay.
4Ss.
That's not bad. The 5 gens and the 6s.
Gotta upgrade if you're on that 4S. Actually, you should upgrade anyway. It's out.
If you have the 4S and you need a new phone, you got to upgrade. Even if you don't want an iPhone, get a phone.
Yeah.
Get a phone.
Somebody wrote us, Andrew, Andronius on Twitter says, it's not quite what I expected, but with Apple, when is that news? I agree. I'll probably get it if it's under $400.
Under 400. You know what?
They're talking at charging at night. I want to know. Oh, that is a weird MagSafe charger. It just looks like a little coin.
Yeah, wireless charging would have been really nice.
Boink. That is very weird.
A
Yeah.
what?
Wireless charger, like if it had built-in like Qi charging or something like that.
Oh, so you could
just
drop it on like
take
a coffee
Yeah.
place instead of
Yeah.
just Apple's proprietary MagSafe.
Starting at $349. There you go. D Bell wins. Oh,
Yeah,
winner
wait,
is
wait,
you.
but-
Come
but-
on down.
but-
You're the next contestant.
But I might win if it says 400.
Early next year.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Early next year.
I just
Early
want to
fall.
win, you know. I'm really competitive like that. Like I already lost the Johnny Ive impersonation, which I was pretty proud about until today.
Kind of hard.
And then I just lost the pricing
We had
contest.
a product launch
Sorry.
today, Brian. Come on.
Man, early 2015. Okay, so once you're broke from spending all of your holiday money, you gotta find some more.
And everyone wondering why did we not see a single leak of this product? 6 months lead time, more than enough time before they even go into mainstream production. We saw that with the original iPad and specifically with the original iPhone. There's a 6-month lead time from the time they unveiled it to when they started selling it. So that's which keeps their secret appears for the most part. It allows them to keep their secret safe because there were leaks we didn't see any real images. We saw some schematics last night that were like CAD drawings, but there you go. $349. I think, yeah, I'm excited about Apple Pay just to see if that actually works the way that they're telling us it works.
Yeah.
That'll be really, really cool to see if it does. iPhone, I'm ready to upgrade. So.
And it looks like Apple stock is definitely taking a jump on this thing. 'Cause now Apple is in the payment game for real.
Yeah.
And now they're in the wearables game.
Yep. They said there's no real surprise, but Apple Pay will work with Apple Watch. Did they describe that specifically?
No, that's what I saw.
Oh.
Apple Pay will work with Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But here's the question, though.
What?
So if it works with Apple Watch, does that mean that Apple... So, okay, if you have an iPhone 5S and you have an Apple Watch,
Yeah.
it has NFC and works with an iPhone 5S, so why would you need to upgrade?
I don't know.
Like, it seems weird. I guess the watch has NFC.
Yeah. The watch has NFC
And then-
both for the payment and also
If the watch has NFC and then your phone is linked to the watch, that verifies who you are. There you go. That would be it. So we'll see. All right, and they did also. Tim Cook alluded to something about you'll probably be charging it or referencing about charging it every night. They didn't give you an actual number of hours, just an implication of charging it at night. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that on the low
Just
until
figure
it
it
comes
out.
out.
You
Yeah,
get it.
we'll just see what happens. So, $349 is compared to what's out there in the landscape of watches. I think the Gears started around $299 or still at $299-ish. $349 with the Apple bump. The Apple tax.
Bump. The Apple bump, bump, bump.
Bump, bump, bump.
Oh,
Good.
he's getting quiet.
Sorry. Who's getting
Oh,
quiet?
love for music. Oh, they're talking about their love.
Uh-oh, here comes YouTube.
Music runs deep. Oh my God, bring out Dre. Bring out Dre. Please bring out Dr. Dre. Also, this iWatch means I'm gonna need to buy a pair of Bluetooth sport headphones that I don't have. It just gets more and more expensive.
To force you to work out?
To force, well, because you gotta have music.
For sure.
I'm sure there's a Beats version out there for it.
I'm sure there is. Oh, you're talking about iTunes.
Sam Smith will be performing, not here, in London. Sam Smith is ridiculous. All right, I know there's a lot of our friends watching on live stream, and sometimes we forget and neglect that they're like having a real-time conversation and saying nice things and mean things. But
I'm reading. I'm reading.
not. I can't keep. We only have so many eyeballs. But if you guys on live stream show you guys some love too, tell us what you think about the iWatch. We'll just kind of read off some of your comments. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say too. Eduardo Villalobos says there is no need for a watch, in my opinion.
Do people really want to plug in another device? Like, that's, to me, that's the kicker for me. Like, I don't want to plug in anything else. I'm done. I'm over it.
I mean, I feel like as a fashion statement, you know,
Yeah.
You're a single guy out in the town, want to show off your,
Cool watch.
status.
And stay single.
No,
Yeah,
no. It's
continue
just
to
like,
stay
look,
single.
I have disposable
you
income.
betcha.
I have enough disposable income
To
to
buy
buy
this
crazy stuff.
thing.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
But
you two is in fact performing
Yeah.
today at oh boy. That's
So-
what the cube is.
So Steven, what's your take? I mean, U2's performing. What is your take on for you? How do you feel about this? You know?
You just made a YouTube joke.
I'm there. I'm there. I think it does look cool, but let's see why.
Well, U2's performing right now. Should we take a call?
No, let's see. Well, I don't know if
or
people.
talk to some people in the live stream.
Oh goodness,
or-
people are still on the phone. You guys are beautiful. Okay, let's go check it out. We'll probably get a variety of topics because this keynote has been about 2 hours. So let's start off with my friend Corey. Corey, what is up?
Hey, Brian, how's it going, man?
Corey, you've been waiting for over an hour. I applaud you. That is legit. We love it.
Thank you. First thing I want to say, I stumbled upon you guys last year's presentation, and same thing this year. I just want to say, you guys are actually more entertaining than the actual Apple conference going on.
Wait. Don't tell Tim Cook that, Corey. You don't want to hear that?
No, but it's okay to tell us that.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, bro. So what are your thoughts with some of the things you've seen?
The iWatch, did you notice they didn't say anything about FaceTime?
Yeah, we first talked about it probably doesn't have a camera on it based on the design. We didn't see a spot for that. Gen 2, my friend. Gen 2.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Doesn't Samsung's watch already have FaceTime? So
They have a camera on it. Yep.
yeah, it's kind of like that thing Apple does where you want a small, simple feature like copy paste, but then they make you wait a little bit longer. You know?
Hey, you know what? Copy paste took 2-3 years. It's
So
all
true.
good, man. You're stuck in the ecosystem. It's all good.
But you bought all those apps in the App Store and you just can't leave.
They just had to spend that time
Exactly.
perfecting the way that you would copy.
When I was waiting for Tim to finally say what the one more thing was, in my head I was like, is it a watch or is it a TV? Is it a watch or is it a TV?
TV would have been great.
The Apple TV.
TV will be the product, the big product next year.
Yeah.
The big unveil next year.
Big
If
thing.
they can get those TV deals in place.
Yeah, they got to get all that licensing in order. And I don't imagine that a lot of companies are going to be studios will be real thrilled to have Apple take away that out of their space. But we'll see.
Hey Corey, what was the product that impressed you the most? Whether you want to buy it or
Honestly-
not. Whether you want to buy it or not.
Honestly, the watch, but I hate there's no FaceTime. Like, it's probably safe to say already there's no FaceTime on it.
Yeah. You want the ultimate. I know you want the ultimate Dick Tracy phone. That's what you're looking for,
That's
right?
it.
So you still haven't found what you're looking for. You still haven't found.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to cupcake your ladies, your friends on the watch? Be like, yo, what's up? I see you.
But you can send two-way doodles, you know?
The doodle, the doodle,
You can
doodle.
draw
stuff.
a picture of your face and send it.
There you go.
That thing, the doodle, the thing where you can post like, there's the doodle and vibrates. That's just the new Facebook poke feature. I watch.
But you know what? It feels so much better.
You get to say
But it
vibrator
feels
doodle.
magical. That's the point.
All right, hey Corey, thank you so much for calling and sticking with us. We appreciate it, and I'm glad you enjoyed our coverage. And guess what? We'll be back in a month if you want to come back. All right.
Sure. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, let's go to another caller that's been hanging on with us. Kyle is going to be clicked right now. Click. Oh my gosh, I can't click on. Oh, there you go. Kyle, what's up? Kyle went to sleep, huh? He was like, dude. What's going on? Is U2 still playing it out now, guys? Is the keynote pretty much wrapped up?
There are no
playing.
short U2 songs.
Yeah.
Short
I don't
U2
think
songs
so.
do not exist.
That'd be like having Rush come out. It's just 40 minutes for
Be like
two
a Ramones
songs.
cover. You're like, what? No. It's
All right,
over.
Kyle, I'm going to put Kyle back on hold because he's not there. It's all good. Let's go to my man, Terrence. What up, Terrence?
Hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing?
Doing good, my man. How'd you like the show? What did you see at the keynote that you liked or didn't like?
It was honestly, I agree with the last caller. You guys were way more entertaining to watch than Mr. Cook in his keynote.
I feel so good.
What was your favorite wearable that you saw today?
the only wearable I guess I saw that. And you know, the iWatch. One thing I was surprised they didn't mention or bring to light was the lack of integration for the iMac.
Sure.
So you're saying kind of the crosstalk, how iOS 8 has really promoted those features with at least the iPhone and iOS 8, but you didn't see anything with the iWatch?
Yeah, that's correct. And you guys mentioned earlier, I think the second gen, the watch will be a little less. It'll be thinner. It looked a bit bulky on the wristbands, which are really thin. The watch just seemed, and it also, you know, it looked like the first generation Galaxy Gear too, in my opinion.
It did.
Reminds me of that, yeah.
Totally had a touch of that. I mean, they have a little more accenting and the rounded glass on it, but
Without
definitely,
a camera.
Definitely, yeah.
No
Without the
side.
perv cam,
Yeah.
But they did have that hot orange wristband
whole
for sure.
upskirt cam on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the one thing about dropping $350 on a watch is that you want to buy a timepiece that you're not going to be embarrassed to wear a year from now.
Mhm.
You know, and if Gen 2 comes out and it's way thinner, which is what Apple does,
Right.
and has some hardware features that you feel like you can't live without, you don't want to be walking around with a $350 timepiece that you can't show off anymore.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, I mean, I will buy the iWatch to test it out and play with it just to make sure I really understand it, but I will wait for Gen 2. I can say that right now, confidently.
Yeah, I probably
Confidently.
will wait. I don't see my
You're getting his text messages on your computer, right?
On his old phone.
Text messages on my computer.
Were they dirty or were they clean?
Yeah,
Were they naughty? Were they naughty? Were they naughty text messages?
I wish I could have caught him in that.
You wish?
Nightmare.
Would you like jump?
Send in those bug reports.
Yeah, well, I'm a mobile device technician. I fix phones on a daily basis. One of the more common issues I see coming in here on a daily basis is when somebody goes from an iOS device over to an Android device, Apple is somehow still hijacking those numbers or those calls and text messages and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if this is going to be another issue that follows through to when somebody wants to switch from an iOS device over to, say, an Android or Windows device. Is it going to now also hijack the people that, are sending them SMS rather than iMessage? Because it's still an ongoing issue right now.
Yeah, no, that's a huge issue that they've had. And also just from, like you said, a security standpoint. So, we obviously don't have the answer to that yet, and Apple wasn't going to bring up something like that at the keynote today, but we will have to see. We will see.
Yeah.
All right,
What
thanks.
about the Sapphire?
What do we think about the Sapphire?
Yeah, do you think it's actually going to stop the broken
The
phones
iPhone
and stuff
6
like
is
that, or do
4.7
you think
inches
it's
and the
kind of
iPhone
like
Plus
you say with
5.5
metal
inches.
when you make it more dense and stuff, it becomes more brittle?
6.9 millimeters.
I'll have to wait and see. I would leave that to the Sapphire experts. I mean, Apple's going to tout it as being a harder material, more scratch resistant, but like when you drop a phone, I've dropped my phone 5 times and it has never shattered. One time I dropped my phone and it shattered.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's really a clean cut answer to that yet.
Yeah, there's always those sweet spots, or they're terrible sweet spots that you hit on a device that shatters the screen. And so I'm sure somebody will find it. There's always that person.
Yes.
It'll probably be me the first day I get the iPhone 6. I'll accidentally drop it. The whole screen will just explode.
So we have people still on the phone line. We'll get to a few more of those in a second. Let's go. Gonna go wander over to our little Twitter.
R.I.P. Cisco.
You guys,
So
Cisco's
nice.
not dead. Cisco's alive. I saw him a year ago.
Can I say I feel terrible now because
I
I feel like I
love
started
Cisco.
the rumor that Cisco
I love
died.
Cisco too.
Like Jeff Goldblum, I'm still here. What the heck? Doing the best work of my life right now.
I'm running away from dinosaurs and pictures.
On Twitter, I personally enjoyed this one from Ritesh. Who's that Chinese there? He looks like Usher.
Donald.
Yeah, Donald, you totally look
I get
Chinese
that all
and
the
like
time.
Usher,
I get
geez.
that all the time.
Will the iPhone 6 answer the S5 Ice Bucket? That is the dumbest tweet I've heard today.
I think
Leonard
that's
T,
dumb.
you've been the
Yeah, and it really should be more about the Apple Watch, basically, because that's what we're asking. Like, is this thing ice-proof?
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I know that a lot of times I go up to like the Arctic Circle and I'm like, why isn't this phone ice?
Why don't I have an accurate timepiece?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Internationally.
Can you tell we're
accurate.
getting punchy in here? I
Right.
like it. That's what we're going to keep on going. Okay, so just
You
to
know,
let
get
you
better.
guys, just to let you guys know how you can reach out to us. We'll take phone calls maybe for the next 15 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap it all up. The phone line's 1-888-900-CNET. Donald Bell, Miss Ashley Escada, myself in the house, Stephen Beecham running the show like a wizard. We're all CNET. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us for the first time because we know you laughed a little bit.
And we know the Apple stream
Either
was
at
pretty
us or
weak.
with us.
Or turned off the stream. Okay, let's go try Kyle one more time. I'll give him another chance. Kyle, what's up? Kyle is like radio. You know what? I'm dropping you.
He's
Get
in an
out.
alternate universe.
Don't get out of here, Kyle. I mean, there's
Still-
a
I'm still frozen
kind of
for him.
Right when I hung up on Kyle, the phone line instantly like opened up.
You froze his time.
Yeah.
You gotta unfreeze it.
Might be still affected by your time freeze.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Too dangerous. Oh no. It's over. It's over.
Oh,
AT's frozen. Thanks a lot. We gotta go.
Well, maybe that's not even right now.
Great. Yeah.
Great.
We got some
Okay,
time.
I'm back.
All right. Good.
Okay, they crashed.
I love it.
You're so awesome that you do that. You're so dope.
They crashed.
Okay, let's go. What's up with you?
I was going to say, there's somebody who has a question that actually I'm very curious about. Major Ivan on Twitter asked me, I got a question. Why does Apple still keep an iPhone with 16 gigs around? Why not instantly jump to 32? It's so weird. IMO.
That is weird. You know, that is weird, but
It's for
I'm gonna.
price.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say it's just to get an entry level
Entry-level
price.
yeah.
199. You know, 32 gig. You throw in that extra chip there, bumps
Everyone.
it up $20-30 just from a parts standpoint. $50 retail. When there were leaks about the capacity sizes for the phones before they came out, and there was a 16, 64, and a 128, and people were like, they're gonna get rid of the 32.
I bet Apple wishes that if iCloud really worked the way they wanted it to, they could get away with selling a 4 gigabyte phone.
I know.
Look,
It's
put it
true.
all in the
It's
cloud.
only $1.
Yeah.
No, but I like, it's so obvious that, I mean, I guess to answer your question, like, yeah, if I had the choice between 16 and 64, I'm going to pay the extra $100 to get the 64. It's just an obvious choice, especially for anybody who takes pictures, video,
Yeah, but
especially
if the
1080p.
199 gets you in the door.
Yeah, that's a bad right.
Anyone here in this room even flirting with the idea of a 128 gig phone?
I might.
'Cause I am.
I might, yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
too.
Mitch, my producer, Mitch. No.
Exactly.
He says it
Maybe all
enables
the
you
more
to keep
crushed
more
when you
stuff.
lose it. Yeah.
I think I might.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like I might.
I'm like, oh, what? It's the 4.7.
Yeah, that's what I might. I think the 4.7, 128 gig, like that's what I might upgrade to.
All right, let's go take some calls. Let's go to, I think my friend Shamar's calling us back from Atlanta.
Shamar!
What's up, bro?
Hey, sorry about that earlier. I thought they hung up on me, bro.
No, I did that on purpose.
You're the worst.
Oh, okay. Cool. Feeling the love. Okay.
He feels all the love.
So what do you think, my man?
You know what? I thought it was great. I'm loving the Plus. I'm gonna journey into the tablet territory.
He's going large.
Going big.
He's going large.
Yeah, it's only because, carrying around the iPad mini and the phone, I was like, okay, this would be a good compromise. And the fact that they jumped, did that 64 gig jump from the 16 to 64, I actually like that. As far as the wearable, I think they did a good job as far as the refinement of the category. I don't know, until you see it and you use it, you don't know whether or not it's going to be like the answer in the wearable space. Although from someone who used to rock that iPod Nano watch that you get on,
You're no friend of
line
mine.
up their headphones. it at risk. That was me. It's only because I didn't want to sweat over my iPhone.
I'm feeling
Fair
it.
enough.
You know,
Fair enough.
But no. I mean, I really like the idea of what they could be doing as far as smart home stuff, as far as being able to open doors and everything. If you got that little Bluetooth thing jumping, I think this is a good entry into the space. And they've also kind of killed. Well, I won't say they killed, but it's kind of anybody who was thinking about buying a smartwatch this holiday season. I think they've really given a gut punch to their competitors here because it's just like, well, why am I going to buy your stuff during Christmas season when I can wait in first quarter of 2015 and get it?
That's a real good point.
I think everything that I saw as an Apple fanboy, I definitely felt that 2007 match.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He spilled the match. Hey, Shamar, thanks for calling. We're going to keep on getting through calls, but we'll talk about what you said. But thank you so much. All right, bro?
All right, not a problem.
Okay, see, this time I didn't hang up on him. I let him.
Oh, he said he hung up.
But I think I actually hung up on him one time.
I think you did.
Yeah. But that was a great point about the people that want the iWatch or like what they saw holding off and not even buying a watch from anyone else.
Waiting.
Hey guys, here's a Vine iWatch.
Oh, it's rotating.
Vine.
Yeah.
Time Vine. Is that his? That should be his Vine username,
It does
right?
look big. Look at that. It looks pretty big.
But I think they said there's two different sizes.
No, but even just
The funny thing is, guess what? They can't even get them through a demo for the day without charging them. MagSafe on them.
Maybe that could just be a holder.
That charges it. You see, when you see it like that, instead of their glorious video with these type, I'm just saying it doesn't look as impressive.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, that's cool. And so,
they really did juice like that, all the like really close-up macro
Glosses,
Oh, you got to.
for every ounce of
this looks like, are these images from Apple.com of just the inside? Yeah.
It's inside the cube.
White cube.
Yes.
Yeah, this is in the cube.
Inside the cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, the controller doesn't really have a facility like that, so that's what they did to show off everything. Okay, we'll keep on banging through some calls because everyone is just waiting for us so nicely. I'm gonna go hit up Alex. Alex, what's up?
Hello. I'm a Note 3 user, and I was watching the show hoping for a replacement for my Note 3, but I was very disappointed to see that the resolution is just 1080p compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is 4K. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that, quite honestly, based on how the devices are lined up, whether I don't know if here, turn down the volume on your computer, and then we can talk a little better. But to me, with these two devices, when you're talking about the Note and the iPhone 6, Apple did nothing to try and tread on Samsung's territory, being a stylus-based phone, which is a completely different use case. If you want an Apple phone with the biggest screen, or their biggest screen, yeah, you can go with the iPhone. But from a functionality standpoint, they didn't take away any of the key unique features that make the Note what it is, and really implement them. And so from that standpoint, if you got a Note, I know you bought it for a specific reason. Most people didn't just buy a Note just because it was the bigger screen. Most of the people bought it because of the functionality, the stylus, and all the productivity you can do on it. I would feel like there's no real reason to compel you to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the iPhone all of a sudden. I don't think they did anything to take away what the Note does right now.
Right.
With the iPhone 6 Plus. I feel so disappointed. They should have entered in the 4K screen.
Yeah, thanks for calling
disagree. I disagree with the 4K screen because for me, it's when you're using a phone, to me, a 4K screen doesn't matter. Like the bigger the screen, the more resolution you want.
Agreed.
So for me, it's like I don't need, and that just eats battery. To me, that just chews up battery life that I want for other things. So 1080p is more than enough for me. Even right now with my television, I don't even feel the need to upgrade to 4K. So why would I with my phone?
I mean, come on, man. It's Retina HD.
Yeah, it's Retina HD. It's like HD.
Apple also
Retina HD, dog. You remember HD before? Who was the HD generation?
The megapixel war either. That's another thing.
Right.
The camera, although there were many, were not about megapixels. It wasn't a spec race. It was mostly about stabilization. Easier, like quicker autofocus, features that don't fall into a spec checklist.
Right.
Ooh, can you say that fast?
A spec list. A spec list. You know what I mean? Spec checks.
fucking rang in my ear when I heard
Respect
that.
check. I like it.
All right.
That's true. They Apple traditionally, and they're just continuing this, doesn't necessarily make these huge leaps forward. They tend to be very conservative about adding the NFC. We're just now seeing NFC in an iPhone, and people think of Apple as innovators, but really what they're the best at, even though they have innovated and made these great products that we've seen, the thing that they are really good at is sort of taking concepts, polishing them to that Apple, at that Apple level, and then giving it to people in a very easy to digest way. And to them, I think specs matter a lot less, like the benchmarks and the hard numbers, I think, matter less, and it's all about experience. So I think that's why they're so successful.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep on getting through the phones. I love this. It looks like we have a diversity of callers.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go start off with Letty in Dallas. What's up, Letty?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, good. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Quick question. My streaming kind of kept going in and out, so I missed it. Did they ever mention, can you or can you not actually make calls from your iWatch?
You know what? I believe they did not show that, but I could be wrong. They talked about voice messages.
But it's also possible that they're waiting to sort of unveil how that works. So I wouldn't say that it's an absolute no, just because we haven't heard. I don't think we've heard everything about the iWatch yet. So it's possible that they're waiting to sort of.
Letty, this is the beauty of the internet. We're gonna let people tell us, because you know how we were like kind of jumping around and all over the place.
There's a phone icon.
Yeah.
We'll let people tell us. Guys, just tweet us real quick at #CNETLive just to let us know so we can get the answer for Miss Lovely Letty. Now, Letty, what did you see anything that you liked during the keynote? I mean, I know you said it was going in and out.
The iWatch, I've been waiting for that. I know, Brian, that's not your thing, but I love it.
You're still going to buy one.
You know what? But here's the thing. I think it's my opinion honestly doesn't matter. It's just one opinion of many. And I'm actually very curious from the ladies' side how they feel about the looks, because I feel like a watch is so personal that we hear a lot of guys talk about it, and they typically kind of refer to the watch more as from a technological standpoint versus looks, where I think looks is the most important thing to me. So for you really like the looks?
I do. I mean, I'm a tech freak anyway. I mean, I love technology. I'm always buying the newest, latest gadgets, so I may not be the actual person to ask, but I think it's cool, and I'm probably going to get the first one and the second one.
Oh, you go, girl. You know what? That's awesome, though, because, like I said, I'll buy one to try it out and use it, but I don't think I'll be wearing it on a regular basis. Not yet, at least. And, I'll wait and see. I think it's just two different strokes for different folks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But that's awesome. Okay, you know what, Letty? We will try and get an answer. I'm still looking at Twitter, but people haven't actually directly told us. Maybe someone can look it up. Does it actually take calls?
So I got a couple of people saying they showed us how on the live stream how to make calls on Apple Watch. So it looks like it does in fact make calls.
Yep.
Thank you.
This is from our YouTube channel. Also, we're doing first looks of the iWatch right now.
Here's some looks of those. Look at that tan and gold.
I can go with that watch.
What not? I mean, I wouldn't wear those colors, but I think I like colors.
I got somebody.
Letty, are you drooling yet? Are you seeing this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
She's like, I'm
Do you
ready.
need to wipe the drool off your mouth? I mean, this is kind of crazy.
Look at that crown. Look at that digital crown.
Wow, that digital crown. Can't wait.
Letty, thank you so much for calling. Really appreciate it. All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Kind of funny, like how we're so involved in like so many different juggling balls and the keynotes going on. We're like, oh yeah, don't give me those eyebrows.
What? No.
Donald just gave me double eyebrows when I said juggling ball.
It's the reaction. It's a weird twitch I have.
But we have Lovian response.
But, we're all like, wait, does it actually take calls? Because we didn't see the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. We can't have. Here's the thing, everybody. We can't have the live stream and like your calls and each other all in the same.
I remember
but it would be
a bit
insanity.
But it looked like you were selecting from like
contacts.
from your contacts.
Yeah.
You're like clicking on their faces. You weren't so much punching in like a number.
Yeah.
Directly.
You can draw pictures to each other. We've confirmed that.
Dude, that's my favorite.
Yes.
Honestly, that's the coolest thing of that thing. Quite honestly, to me, I'm gonna draw like smileys and XOs.
There is a phone icon, like for a phone on there.
I'm gonna draw hella cute pictures to my boo.
I think that really just
seriously.
encompasses everything about the show today. Just that phrase. Just make that's the subtitle of today's today's
When
live
you're being
stream.
interviewed later on, Brian, tell us more about the iWatch or Apple Watch. One of those.
Make sure that phrase
Well,
is on the news.
That and RIP Cisco hash.
Yeah. Also, hashtag RIP Cisco. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh goodness!
All right.
For drawing helicopter pictures for my boo.
It's the most Northern California phrase I think I've ever heard in my life.
Shoot me. Okay, let's go to Janelle in Chicago, Chi-Town. What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Brian. First off, I want to say that you guys were definitely more amazing than the actual Apple Store.
Oh, thank you.
I know that's kind of the consensus.
Thank you so much.
I'm totally looking forward to seeing you at CES 2015 as well.
You're going to make it out there?
Yeah, this will be hopefully the third year in a row. Last year we didn't see you at Samsung booth.
Oh, I know. You're the girl with the TV, the curved TVs. We took a picture of your dad was with you, right?
Yep.
I know exactly who you are. That's what's up.
So that's awesome. So really, I was calling in like until you could show the design of the iWatch, I would definitely kind of look for those like.
Hey, Janelle, can you turn down the volume of your computer so we can hear you better?
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
I was definitely interested in the iWatch really until you kind of showed the design of it, and it looks so huge. And like Ashley was saying, you know, for girls, that's not really what you want to see.
We have little wrists.
I think the other thing,
We
though,
do.
to remember, Janelle, is that Apple is releasing two sizes, and that might have been the larger size screen of the two. And so that smaller one that might be a little more appropriate for female wrists or my skinny wrists, then that we might use the smaller screen.
I wonder if there's going to be any spec difference between the two side to side. Like the smaller one doesn't have NFC or something.
I would hope not.
I hope not.
Because if it starts at $329 with no NFC, I'm gonna be
$349.
$349.
Already out of your
Sorry.
mind.
I was trying to imagine in my mind that I had won that, but Donald Bell did. If they do $349 with no NFC, like nobody's buying that model. That's crazy. I don't think that's the case.
You know what's crazy? Cisco died today.
Stop spreading this terrible rumor that I imagined.
We're talking about.
Yeah. So Janelle, thanks so much for calling in. Really quick thing. Thanks so much for calling, Janelle. Really quickly in this room, did they actually say a price distinction between the smaller one and the larger one? Did I miss that?
One price.
Yeah. They said starting at. So I have a feeling there's going to be another event at some point before, like maybe January, February, maybe around then, where they say, okay, here's what it is, here's what's going to cost, here's all the different models. They did that with the Mac Pro.
We're still 6 months out.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Starting at $349, then they'll give us the tier version once they decide if they're going to charge us $100 more for it or $50.
Exactly.
And I think they're going to do $100 because they would do that.
See, I feel like that's so unfair, though. Like, just because I have tiny wrists, I gotta, like, just because you have big wrists. You calm down, Brian Tom. You calm down. Stop it.
Sorry. Samsung will come in with the
No, but
tiny watch.
continue your point about the pricing and the small wrist thing.
Well, it seems silly to punish people for having either a bigger or smaller wrist. Like, that seems weird. Like, it seems kind of odd. That's what I'm saying. That seems a little weird.
Punishing, that is funny.
Don't
though.
punish people financially because they have a small or large wrist.
I mean, people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson are probably pretty pissed that they have to pay $100 more for their iWatch.
And we all know he
Because
is
it says
hurting
large
for
wrist.
money right now.
Yes,
He
exactly.
is really hurting. We're going to have to
Tough
start an Indiegogo for The Rock to get an iWatch. an Apple Watch.
Cisco can't afford the $349 one.
Well, he's dead.
Smaller wrist.
Yeah.
Very skinny wrists. Very bony.
I like that this has become the running gag, Cisco not being alive.
Again, for the record, I
Still
love
terrible.
Cisco. If Cisco's watching and he's like, F CNET Live, I'm alive.
Cisco, if you're watching, please call in and talk to us, please.
Really sad. Like in college, I actually like platinumed out my hair for like 3 months.
Did you? You were inspired.
And it was done with a home kit. Just for record, this is not done with a home kit. For those of you who thought it was. But yeah, it wasn't done with home. It was done. It was really bad.
Yeah. How could that be possible?
I hope there's no visual evidence of that.
Is this it? No.
No!
That's his mellow cut.
It's kind of red. It's not really.
Dude, that's
I was going
like
to say, that's a mellow version of the skunk.
that's like the duck faux hawk with like stripes and stuff, like tiger. It's channeling tiger and it's a turd tiger, duck tiger.
A turducken?
Turdiker.
Turdiker?
Turdiker.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so let's do this. Allison, for those of you who are calling, Allison has been awesome with our phones. So we're gonna lock down the phones and just finish up these last calls and call it a day. But I'm having a great time with them. I'm just laughing my butt off today. I don't know. I'm having a good time.
We're delirious.
We are delirious. We are delirious. So thank you, Allison, and everyone who called. Next time, just say we love you, Allison. There's a guy calling twice.
Let's just answer.
Greg number 1, are you there? Greg?
He's Greg number 2.
Greg 2. Okay, let's go to Greg 2.
Greg 2, are you really Greg 1?
Come on, Greg 2. Work, mouse. Greg 2, are you there? Greg 2, switch back to Greg 1.
This is Greg.
Oh,
We got Greg. We got a Greg.
Greg, there are 2 Gregs on the lines, and we were trying to figure out if you were the same Greg on 2 lines, switching between 2 lines just to get through.
No.
Hogging up the phone lines.
Greg?
No, I only called once. Sorry.
Greg calling from Norco. What's up, Greg?
Hey, the little-known horse town down here in Southern California.
Love it.
Was wondering about your blog says that the new iPhone 6 only is coming with 16 gigabytes. Is that true?
That would be for the entry level. I don't know, quite honestly, I don't know what the articles or what you've seen said so far, but it might have been an initial article that was pumped out, meaning that it starts at 16 gigs, but the capacities will be 16, 64, and 128. Starting at, there's 2 iPhone models. I guess this is good to clarify to everyone that may have been tuning in later or forgot. There's 2 models, the iPhone 6, which is the 4.7-inch screen, the iPhone 6 Plus, which is the 5.5-inch screen. The iPhone 6 starts at $199 for 16 gigs. And then if you want to talk about the highest end spectrum of price you're talking about, $499 for a 128 gig. No, for an iPhone 6 Plus.
Oh, for a 6 Plus.
Yeah, just saying sorry about that. I know you were reading my mind.
I read wrong.
Yeah. I've been looking forward. I've been actually waiting the last 6 to 9 months for the 5.5-inch one, the 6 Plus.
Yeah.
What attracts you with the large screen phones? Because some of us aren't as adept to them, but for you, is it all about just the biggest screen that still fits in your hand, or where are you at with that?
Well, see, I do a lot of like gaming and reading on the iPhone, and a lot of the newer games that come out like for multiplayer, they'll show up with a little comment that one of the other guys were putting on the screen, and it's getting harder and harder to see some of those. So I was wanting to see something that was big enough to where I could actually see what I'm doing.
Nice. All right, well,
we're chatting back and forth.
Do you have an iPad Mini?
I do not.
I was gonna say, I'm curious how many.
iPad.
I'm curious how many people will actually get the Plus to replace both their iPhone, their previous iPhone or their previous device, and their iPad. It'll be an interesting kind of. I'm really looking forward to seeing like what the numbers are, what they end up being on that.
iPads never die though. They just move to the bathroom, right?
I might be
Can you
going
imagine
to a new iPad 2, or I should say as well. But that brings up an interesting question. If I got the 128 phone, do I really need the and the 5.5-inch screen? Do I really need to get also the iPad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, for me, that's if I upgrade to a 5.5-inch. If I upgrade to the 6 Plus and it's 128 gigs, I feel like maybe I'd be able to replace both my iPad Mini, and my iPhone.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now. This is the 6 Plus right here. You can even tell in Scott Stein's hands. I mean, his hand only goes up like halfway on that phone, and it's not because he has small hands.
No.
But all right, thanks for calling, Greg. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg.
This might be a minor thing to mention, but Ian Zadroga has mentioned that the Classic has disappeared officially from the Apple.
What?
Classic.
Interesting.
This could be the day. I mean, like
Sales
Cisco,
on.
some people probably thought it was dead a long time ago. This could be the day.
His music lives forever.
Yeah.
But wow, that'd be a big deal. You know what's the funny thing about that? That's like, okay, my reaction is like when someone tells you a restaurant closed, but you haven't gone to it for like 5 years, but you're still sad.
Oh, you blinked.
Well, it's
I'm getting upset.
actually my first iPod.
You might want to
Classic
leave
came
on
with
this
apps
part.
installed on it.
I'm gonna start crying. That's not good. Please.
R.I.P. iPod Classic.
Also Cisco.
R.I.P. Cisco.
But maybe it'll come back.
Yes.
iPad.
Okay, we will continue on. I'm hoping that Allison heard. Okay, cool. She's locking on the phone lines. We'll just get through this goodness. All right. James,
Hello?
what's up? I'm sorry. I know you're talking to someone because I surprised you and picked up the phone. But we're gonna go to James in Livermore. You've been waiting patiently.
Yes, I have, my friend.
My friend, what up, James? Is this James Henlon?
This is, of course, I was Maxine down at Palo Alto. We worked together. Come on, B-Tong, you remember.
No, I actually don't.
That means he definitely knows you.
So what's up, James? What did you think of everything? You wanted to talk about the iWatch a little bit? Or, sorry, the Apple Watch. It's not even the iWatch.
That's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's not. You know, I'm gonna say something that I rarely say.
Uh-oh.
I would not wear that watch if Apple paid me to wear it.
Woo!
Yeah, that's how I feel, and here's why. Okay, I have it. I actually have a legitimate reason, and it is, first off, it's a first generation model, and I never buy anything first generation because I worked for Apple. But secondly, you're going to sell me something for $350, and you're not going to tell me the battery life? Forget it.
Yeah,
forget
that's huge.
Give it time.
Forget it.
Give it time.
If it,
There's gonna be a separate event like the Mac Pro, and they'll tell us what the battery life is.
Right. No, and I'm aware of that, but I just thought, come on, Apple is a hard-hitting, very popular big company. They could have done better in this keynote, and let us know that information. I was very, very disappointed in that. And when I get together with Tim Cook for coffee next week, I'm gonna let him know.
Oh, did you pay for that option that always goes up to like $60,000 for an hour of coffee with Tim Cook?
Are you kidding? Tim Cook and I are cousins. What are you talking about? You know that.
This is actually Tim Cook calling right now.
We hang out all the time.
Tim Cook
But
not wear his own watch.
I just backed Apple pretty hard. But what I will say is, if that information is released, if the battery life turns out to be good, I might reconsider it. But I'd certainly buy a second generation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's where I'm
not
at.
a big first generation fan because I worked for Apple, and you know how first gen stuff is.
We all know what's up. I do like.
We know the deal. We know the deal.
Yeah.
Now, I will say one positive thing about them. They're awfully pretty. But so's my wife.
That one, if people are watching right now, that's the iWatch that I want, but I would wait for second gen. That's what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't want to take too much of your time, but having said that, I will say that I thought the iPhone 6 update was much needed, and I was impressed by it.
Yeah.
I feel as though they were lagging behind, and I do have an iPhone 5S, and I was even starting to look at HTC Ones and Samsung S5.
Oh yeah, HTC One's money.
Yeah.
LG G3 is money.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying HTC Ones, Samsung S5s, LG G3. Depending on what you want, you really can't go wrong. It just comes down to that ecosystem. And like you said, you wanted a screen that was bigger. You're probably sick and tired of the small screen.
Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit Fisher-Price looking to me compared to the other phones, just to be honest.
Snap. It's shots fired, everybody.
Dude,
shots fired.
James Bang Hanlon. Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang bang.
Bang bang. Well, and hey, Brian, you know that I drank the Kool-Aid at Apple, and I'm a major Apple fan. But I'm also very hard on them when they disappoint, which is not often. It's not often. But I kind of also wonder, and Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, but I kind of wonder how this would have been different if Steve were still at the helm. I'm not sure. It's just a thought that I had. I've just been a little bit underwhelmed with what's happened since his passing.
Yeah.
That's a tough.
And, I do miss him, but I'm not sure if, I'm just not sure if Tim Cook has that same, that same sort of mojo that he has.
The
but
charisma,
anyway,
baby.
That's a different topic.
All right, James. Well, hey, buddy, thanks so much for calling. Good to hear from you, and we'll bounce this around. But take care, buddy. All right.
Yeah, and I hope I didn't say anything too offensive. Just my opinion, bro.
Actually, everything you said negative about Apple was pretty offensive.
We believed half of that.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, bro.
No.
Appreciate
now
it.
Tim's not going to have coffee with me next week. All
Oh,
right,
he's gonna
guys.
throw it in your face. Gotta watch out.
But he talked about, look, you're never gonna replace Steve Jobs, no matter who you are. You just can't. And he had a way of telling a story very well, but also, no matter how maniacal and hard-headed and crazy attention to detail was, you believed that he actually like loved these gadgets like a child, and that translated over. Like that's the beauty of that's art of sales, guys.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like there's no replacing Walt Disney. You know, I don't care who's at the helm of Disney. It's like there was Walt, there was the magic maker, and then there's the person who comes, or the legacy keepers that come in to just keep the train running.
I will say that through the past keynotes, I've always said I'm not going to judge the Tim Cook regime until they release a new product. At least that is something that we know that Steve had a connection to this product, no doubt. But an actual product launch that is clearly from this next regime, this next leadership group. And I think the iWatch is nice. I don't think it's a product category that can hit it out of the ballpark right out of the gates. I think the Apple TV, whatever that is, if they get those content deals, that actually has a better chance to be a transformative product than a watch that still everyone's. It's a muddled thing. We don't know if we need an extra screen on our. I think they accomplished showing their vision. We'll see, but I thought it was a nice, at least a lot of build-up. I didn't feel let down, but I just don't want to buy one, and I never was expecting to buy one, so I'm good.
Yeah.
The iPhone 6 is dope.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that the iPhone 6 is really nice, a good upgrade. I think a lot of people will be super happy with it. I'm thrilled that Apple is finally offering 2 different screen sizes, because I know a lot of people really wanted a very large iPhone, and now they can have that. But on the same note, yeah, I think we kind of knew that the roadmap that Steve Jobs was involved in is really like, this is kind of either the tail end of it or is just before this particular event. So if going forward, I mean, I think at this point we've now kind of reached a true post-Steve Jobs era. So, oh God, you too. It's Bono.
Steven couldn't help himself. He literally couldn't help himself. He's like, dude, I've got Bono on my fingertips. I've got Bono on my fingertips.
That was so Bono.
Charismatic, that Bono. Wears his sunglasses. So cool.
Oh man! All right, let's go. Let's try. We're gonna try Greg 1 one more time.
Oh, other Greg.
Greg 1.
Other
that still could have been Greg 2. But
it could have been.
I'm
we'll
so
find
confused.
out. Multitude of Greg.
Greg, my friend from Lowell. Greg, what is up?
Gaggle.
Greg, I'm just gonna drop you, man. You had a chance. There were so many people that want to be on the line.
All that time freezing you did, Brian. You screwed up a lot of lives.
By the way, I like Greg from Norco, the other Greg who called. I just want to say I know exactly where that is, and I driven through it many a time.
Have you stopped there yet?
I don't think anybody really actually wants to stop in Norco. And I don't mean that as an insult, Greg. I know you'd agree with me, but just 909. I get it. That's all I'm saying.
Like Buttonwillow?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. No, people stop there to drive their cars around. They race their cars there.
All right, James from Austin. James, my friend, you are on CNET Live.
Hello.
What's up? If you have a chance to turn on the volume on your computer, if you haven't already, then we will hear you loud and clear.
Yes, sir. I already did.
All right, excellent. What's up?
I was actually listening to you guys. First of all, I want to say the stream was terrible. I could not. I had to reset my browser 8 times to try to watch it. So that was kind of that experience, even though that happened. But I got all this information. Thank you guys for keeping everything on, because I can be able to at least watch the show and know what's going on. So I appreciate that. So I was listening to you guys. I was talking about the iPad, and I have an iPad Air, and trying to figure out, and maybe you guys can let me know what you guys think. Should I get rid of my iPad Air? Because I definitely want to get the the iPhone 6 Plus. But given that, it's more streamability, should I get rid of my iPad Air or not? So I'm still on the fence about that. I'll see what you guys think about that.
Well, James, for myself, I travel a whole lot. My iPad Air is probably my best friend when I travel, because it's a large screen that's portable and I can watch movies. I don't think, no matter what, whether I'm not going to get an iPhone 6 Plus, so that iPhone 6 Plus would not be able to replace just the screen size and how everything looks. So if you're a traveler, I would say, yeah, hold on to that iPad Air. But if not, and you do things a lot more locally, then maybe you will think of just getting rid of it. But man, that thing is indispensable for me. I travel pretty much 2 or 3 weekends out of the month, so I like my iPad Air like that. I know
you travel too much.
I know you got to do it for love sometimes.
Right, and I do travel too, so I'm just trying to see if I can still get the same stream of something more same skill set as my other app. So I'm just trying to see what will be the best. So I appreciate that.
James, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we made you laugh once.
You did, sir. Certainly. With the Cisco thing, you did.
See, you're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. Apparently, people are tweeting at me all the time, being like, "What have you done?" The Thong Song is now like increasing in sales on iTunes.
Can we check the hashtag?
RIP Cisco?
Let's
Yeah,
just check
I
it right
will.
now.
I will check it.
All right, James, thanks so much for calling. We appreciate it, bro.
All right, thank you.
All right, take it easy. All right, I'm gonna check on the RIP. Is it actually a hashtag?
I feel like the worst.
Has it become a hashtag?
In the entire
This
universe
might be the
right
best
now.
thing to have happened to Cisco.
Connection error. So what?
Cheers, come on.
Well,
Okay.
the thing is, they have to spell. Cisco correctly. It's not CIS.
Yeah,
you
it's
nerds.
SISQO. I like this one. RIP Cisco, RIP iPod Classic. What's next?
There's a lot of them. There's actually like legit.
We should back away from this before. We'll trace it back to us.
I'll own it. It's my fault. I'm the worst person in the universe for not knowing. Okay?
All right.
I'm the worst.
All right. Thank you again so much for having your phone.
Stop kind of watching. This is the end part of it anyway.
I watch Big Bingo Card.
Day.
All
There's
right.
some good winners.
Continue to follow all of our coverage, our write-ups, our videos, our hands-on. There's a lot of stuff going on in Cupertino right now. We're posting little quick YouTube videos, and also they'll be on our site of just the very first raw initial reactions. But that's going to do it. We are kind of expecting to see you guys maybe in about another month or so.
Yeah,
with
we have
the
a whole
iPad.
post on what we didn't get today that we're pretty sure we will be getting by the end of the year.
All right, Donald Bell, want to say love you?
Thank you, everyone.
You guys are the best. RIP Cisco.
Yo, Cisco. Nothing but love for you, homie. Steven?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so YouTube are ending it now. So here it says it's ended. So thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and peace out.